Alrighty, folks. So, 1 second, I have that tabbed the wrong thing. 2 seconds. There we go. Hello, folks, and welcome in. This time's a bit of a different, different layout. But yes, we're back with our first of our live Halloween specials, and joining me is the ghosts of the wonderful, fantastical Love the Craftians. All right. Well, we'll start at the top. Who are you? Where might folk know you from? What do you guys do? We'll start with Cassie, so you can do what you guys do. But who are you? Who are you playing tonight? And where are you guys from? Starting with Cassie.
Hello, so I'm Cassie. I am the game mistress for the Lovely Craftians podcast. We are deep in the thick of our 5th season now. Oh my goodness gracious.
Wow.
I know, it went by fast. And we've been playing Brindlewood Bay this season. It's been really fun. You should check her out. We also do Macabre Mondays, where we play, one of the Lovelies will play, and the rest of us will be there to react and make it worse for them. And it was just a good time. You can find us on any major podcatcher, your favorite ones. Even better if you can leave us a review, but good or bad, we'll still appreciate the effort. So I am not in the GM chair tonight, so I'm going to be ridiculous again, as ever. So I am playing a character named Granny Smithapple.
All right. And then we have Sam.
Hi, I'm Sam, and I'm one of the lovelies, and I'm playing Uncle Hank Buford. That is his first name, Uncle Hank.
Of course it is. Right. And then we have Katie.
There you go. Hi, I'm KT. I'm going to be playing Zikoria tonight, one of the lovelies, and our little resident VTuber.
Yeah.
All right.
And KT is responsible.
Oh, you cut out a bit there, Cassie.
Oh, KT's responsible for doing our little ghosts.
Ooh,
nice.
spooky.
Oh, cute.
All right. Well, and finally, but not least, we have the wonderful Ambrose.
Hi everybody, Ambrose. I'm playing Avery tonight, the elf, who I'm getting the vibe is emo, but trying not to come across as wanting people's attention. That stoic look, looking off into the distance. But we'll see how that goes. I obviously am one of the players of the Low Craftians podcast. I am also the founder of Other Side Studio, which is another horror streaming service, so check that out. I'm excited. I'm super excited.
Yeah.
All right. Well, those are the players. Let us begin.
Dying over the kitty.
As with every single Halloween thing we've done for 7 years now in Penance RPG, you have responded to the request to work on the wall of a tavern. As you enter the inn, you see a dwarf and an elf having an argument, and a very lackadaisical man sort of standing in a doorway. As they sort of aware of your presence, they all look over, sort of give each other a side eye, and then run back to respective doors. The dwarfs are standing next to a door, and they sort of try and gest you forward. The elves again are standing next to another door, try to gest you forward, and the man, the lackadaisical man, sort of points very lazily at a sign that says Union. Which would you like to speak to?
Are we all coming in together or individually?
You're all coming in together.
We're a group.
You're a group. Let me just move my microphone a little bit closer so I'm not feeling like I'm shouting.
So there's an elf and a dwarf arguing, and then there's
an elf and a dwarf who were arguing, and there's this sort of lackadaisical man sort of standing next to a Union sign. The context for you all, just in case I wasn't very clear when it was, you have come to respond for the request of work to work in a mine beneath a mountain, which is currently under. It's It's now under the ownership of elves. It was previously owned by dwarves.
Oh, so is that why they're arguing? Potentially in the front?
Well, Uncle Hank, he's gonna go ahead and fix his dirty trucker hat that he's got on. It says camel towing, and he's gonna step over to the more laid back man and be like, excuse me, sir. I'm here on I saw a flyer about a job.
It's fine. You want to come work for the union? On your way inside. He sort of gestures towards the door.
Oh, all right. I'm pro union, pro mining, pro jobbing. Good to know. Okay.
Can I listen to the argument if it's still going on between these two while we're walking in?
The elf and dwarf are occasionally just sort of battering comments back towards each other. The dwarf is saying towards Lucy, "Aye, come with me. Come work for the proper mining industry, you know." And the elves are going, "Yes, well, you should come and work for those who actually own the mine." And the dwarf, every time the elf says anything, going, "Could you hear the richness in his voice? He's never worked a day in his life. Come talk to us. Come talk to us."
Choosing to ignore that and going to the lackadaisical guy. It's just like, I'm just gonna
That's right.
follow Uncle Hank.
So you all follow Uncle Hank inside. The lackadaisical man eventually follows you all and closes the door behind them. He just comes in and goes, "Right, well, I'm sure you're all here to work for the union. All we do is if you sign this paperwork, we'll make sure you get a coffin."
I'm not ready
sorry?
for death yet. I know I'm kind of old, and
Coffin.
Granny
Oh, you
Smith
don't
Apple
need
is
to take
like
it
holding
with
up the
you.
end.
It's purely, if you need it. You pay us every so often and make sure we get a coffin if anything does happen to you. And it's
Why is that the first priority? Like, I was
Well,
hoping
you
benefits
see,
such as, like...
people look at it and they go, "Well, what's going to happen to me if anything does happen?" And well, the answer is, we'll scrape you up and put you in a box.
Scrape me up?
I mean,
Well,
it's better
the
than...
biggest problem in a mine is landfall. I mean, the longer you pay in, the better the box you get. If you're a constant payee for over a year, you get this nice fine oak box. Very nice box is oak.
Oh.
Uncle Hank.
I mean, it's better than getting, chucked in a pit.
But why is that the first concern?
Oh yeah, we don't chuck you in a pit. No, you're put in this nice coffin. Yep. And if you take a premium plan, we'll even got to take you out to the nice burial site.
Oh.
Where would you put us otherwise?
Well,
Just in a box?
Well, it's a work in progress. We provide the box.
I actively turn around to the group. like can be heard clearly. Like, I feel like I'm second guessing my decision to be here right now.
Zykoria's definitely like wide-eyed, but like trying to be polite about it. But she might be taking a step back.
Well, now we did come here to work, so
Well, you see, we've got a small agreement we've got going. If you'd like to wait, you'd like to bypass your first month's payment. If you're going to the mine and you find any information, we've got certain information we're looking for, and if you could provide us with this, we're happy to bypass your first payment.
what's going on in the mines?
What kind of information are you looking for?
You see, for the last couple of months, there's been miners disappearing from the union.
They started off just being one or two people. It wasn't that much of a problem, but it became a problem for a while. And then these elves have taken over, and it cleared up for a bit, but it's now become a problem again. And if we want this to, get resolved, we've got to work out what's causing people to disappear. So if you could find out where people have been, going, I mean, have been accidents, but not that many. But if you could find out where people have been going, we can, sort them out, and we can reward you with a coffin.
That's a
still don't
hell of a
understand.
deal.
I would like money. That's what I would like. I'm living currently right now. I would like gold.
Oh, I mean, we don't have very much money as it is. I mean, most of the money we have, we invest in coffins.
Okay.
And I mean,
Is there some-
to invest in that? Because
Yeah, is there some
everybody's
sort
gotta
of
die.
like stock share with the coffin people?
Yeah, like
Well, not really, no. But the gentleman that makes the coffins is a very attractive man. I'm sure I could maybe, I could maybe see if he'd like to go for dinner one time.
Oh, get yourself
Well-
that date.
Yeah. Look, if we're not going to get paid in money, we should get paid in someone's love, right? Like, you guys can go just.
Oh, he's got those really strong hands that you really look for.
Oh, make him.
that is
make
definitely
him a
piquing my interest
future
just a tad
expert.
right now. Just a little bit.
It can't be picking your interest.
Just a little bit.
Have you ever seen strong hands, dearie?
Have you ever seen strong hands? They're amazing.
Especially woodwork.
She's just gonna raise her hand, just like grab something and crush it, and just like.
All right, you know you can't just be doing that.
You can't just do that.
Dearie,
That might have been a keepsake.
Was that a keepsake? I apologize.
It could have been. I don't know what it is now.
Pulverized.
It's
See?
crushed.
Strong hands.
Crushed.
You understand.
I understand now.
all right. Well, I think we should go apply these strong hands onto some people who need to talk. You know?
But before we go,
Squeal.
can I ask how
Squeeze them up.
long have people been disappearing for?
Oh well, it's been a little number for a while, and then about 6 months ago it got really bad, and then it dialed down to about a month ago when the elves took over, and then it's getting back again to where it was. So it's been a while, but it did get better when the dwarves were selling the mine, and then when the elves bought it. But it's beginning to tick up again.
And why did the elves? I mean, other than the obvious reason of the mountains of gold, why did the elves buy this mountain?
Oh, well, you see, well, we don't really know why the elves bought the mountain, but the dwarves were selling it. Well, the dwarves weren't actually intentionally selling it. You see, their great-grandfather of Clan Binog, as it were, he decided on his deathbed that the mine should be sold, like out the blue. So he just decided, and then it did. So it got sold, and I don't think any of his kin knew it was going to get sold. But yeah, the elves now bought it. I mean, the mountain of Kinbenog's been notoriously empty of gold and jewels for years. But it is rich in graphite, which apparently was interesting to the elves, because they use it for all that scribbling nonsense that they like to do.
Oh.
The dwarves are, well, you know how dwarves are. They think everything's soft. That's their big insult for everything. It's soft. And graphite's soft. Elves are soft. Yeah, they don't seem to gel very well with the fact that the elves now own the mine. But the sales one they've just gone through, and there's still a couple of terms and conditions the dwarves keep trying to bring up and see if they can get it back. But you know what dwarves are like.
Okay, well,
Yes,
thanks for letting us know.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, that's fine.
What are the terms and conditions that they're sticking on?
Well, the dwarves keep bringing up that, if gold's found and they get the mine back, but the elves keep telling them that they've been checked numerous times and there's no gold. So, who knows?
Hmm.
And are the dwarves that bring up the fact that there might still be gold in there, are they the ones who disappear?
Oh no, it's mostly people that disappear.
Oh, miners, people
Yeah,
coming in out of town.
the elves
and-
don't really do much mining. It's only a recent thing they've started doing, but usually it's human and dwarven labour we hire here at the Union. But it's mostly humans that keep disappearing. The dwarves just seem to apparently go missing, but I've heard it in good authority they keep ending up in the infirmary.
Got you. When this started happening, this was before or during the sale?
Oh, this is long before the sale. This is
Long before.
Grandpappy only died about 2 weeks after the sale was made, and he's only been dead about a month now.
Oh.
And
Outside of it.
did he start getting sick around the same time that people started disappearing?
Oh,
Or was he sick for a while?
he was a fair old age.
Mm.
So just kind of suddenly people started disappearing a few months ago. For nothing weird happened during that time.
No, nothing really. No, they'd go and they'd come back, and they did look like it put grey hair, but it must have been like dust, right? Because no one ages that fast, right?
So they didn't disappear in the mines, they disappeared when they returned from the mines?
Oh no, they went to the mine and then they just never came back to collect the payment. I mean, we're
But
still
every
waiting
time
on
they
what.
came back, you saw like gray or dusty hair.
Yeah,
I
they
guess.
seem like they just had this permanent dusty feel to them. But we're still waiting on one coming back. He prepaid for this, and he just takes out the small casket about maybe 20, like 6, 7 inches long. It's about the size of you put $1 in. He goes, yeah, he paid for that. He said he wanted to be cremated and buried in it. So, but he's not come back to fill his payment. So, if you know anyone that would like a small casket,
What?
You really trying to sell caskets right now?
oh, but
His
look at the
casket,
workmanship
if
on
he
this.
was
Look at it. It's
dead?
fine. It's smooth.
It looks
no
really
splinters on that. Look at the
very thoughtful.
Here, this
Yeah,
catch, and it opens it, and there's a just very nice, gentle creak of the wood. You go, oh, listen to that. You don't get craftsmanship like that.
Yeah. I'm gonna. Maybe we can see if he's on his way back, because he said he's due now, right, or around this time.
Well, he's been
right?
due a month ago. I just don't know where he's
Oh.
gone.
I see. All right.
You know,
what do you-
if they're anything like my friend Timbles, he goes disappearing all the time, and it's just because he gets real lost buying cigarettes. They're probably just out in the woods, drunk.
Was he also trying to get milk?
No, that was my pa.
Oh my God.
Okay, well, could you guide us to the entrance of the mine?
Well, if you'd like to go to the mine, there's going to be a cart takes you outside to it. That will leave later on. You're
Oh,
more than welcome to jump on. If you do want to talk to either the elf or the dwarves, just tell them that you're a union member, and
Sure. I definitely would like to talk to the Bubby. I would definitely like to talk to the elves, probably, especially to find out what changed for the slow decline of people not disappearing and then suddenly increase, perhaps. But that's about it.
oh well.
so the job is just go talk to people, ask some questions, and
Yeah.
come back.
Yes.
All right.
That's
Well,
the easiest job I ever done.
if you have any more questions, please let me know. Happy to answer anything.
You know, that this isn't a question. This is more of a statement. That little casket, you could put trinkets in it too.
Oh, you could.
Doesn't have to be-
I mean, we
you don't
could
have to
use it
carry
as
stuff.
collection box for a very a sort of display box for a very nice piece of jewelry. Oh, that would go very nicely.
Yeah.
Yeah. Ooh.
Just saying, add that to your salesman repertoire.
Oh,
Very
my.
thoughtful.
Well, I guess we gotta go get your cart.
All right. So you shuffle your way back out the door. He doesn't follow you. He's too busy just picking up the box and looking at it again, like he's like a new lease of life for what he could sell these boxes to doing. As you open the door again, the elf and the dwarf jump back as if they've not been listening at all, look at each other, and then keep taking steps back, going like, "Oh, no, we weren't listening. Yeah, we just
I point at the elf. Yes, you were. Don't pretend that you weren't.
Intrigued to see your thoughts. Just come this way." And the dwarf's going, "Oh, he's a long-eared. The long-eared. Oh, you gotta come work for us. We're far more stable."
What are you offering as compensation?
Yeah, because
Better
I'm
not be.
it right now, and that's pretty sweet.
Which one are
I
you?
don't know
Which
that.
one are you talking to? Or are you just asking both?
Both.
Both.
Yeah.
Well, we are going to appropriate ourselves and pay you appropriately for the job that you requested to do.
As the dwarf just looks at him really weird and goes back and goes, "Aye, we'll give you some gold."
Oh,
Numbers, please.
how much?
Let's see. Well, what is the going rate these days? And the elf just goes,
Typical dwarf. No interest in the bottom line. All about generations. My family paid me 3 copper. That's in 50 years ago. That's the going rate now.
"Shush you!"
Oh, yes, that's how it goes with dwarves. Nothing ever changes. Come this way, we'll pay you a proper up-to-date wage. I'll be fine.
Right, okay. Don't say 3 copper. 4 copper. Aye, 4 copper person. That's my grandpappy paid me that toll, and it's tolling it. No. And the dwarf is completely just staring at the floor now, very sort of confused himself.
Oh boy, poor buddy.
Just to clarify, you want us to do the exact same thing that the union is asking?
Which is finding out what is happening to the workers, right?
The elf goes, I don't know what the union wants you to do, but we would like you to sort of work peacefully in the mine. You know,
Even though people are going missing in the mine?
Oh, that sounds like a serious thing we should discuss behind closed doors, rather than something we should air as a sort of dirty laundry. We should keep that and do it behind closed
Avery
doors.
looks around to see if there's a room like that is behind closed doors.
He just gestures towards the room that there's another elf standing by the door. He goes,
Let's come this way. We'll talk about it properly.
All right. Jerk my jaw in that direction, letting everybody know that's where I'm going.
"All right. What's everyone else doing?"
Zakoria's gonna follow.
I always thought dirty laundry needed to be aired or just stink up the place. But all right.
All right. So you follow into the elf room. The 2 elves there. They close the door behind you, and they sit down at this table.
He goes, wonderful. Well, of course we'd like you to come work for us in the mine. We've got adequate adequate provisions for we've got a canteen now. Now we've taken over this mine. We've got rid of some of those dwarven unpleasantries, like having such a big great hall that you can't really do anything with it. We've now converted that into a canteen and an infirmary. So we have health and food provided on site. But yes, we'd very much like you to come work for us and continue our digging of the graphite.
Mm-hmm. And that's what we came. Go ahead.
I was gonna ask, what do you need all that graphite for?
Oh well, you see, the owner of the mine has a wonderful idea that he can start, charging people to come and make their own stationery. We think it's a thing that might kick off and might make us quite a lot of money. So we'd like to ethically source the graphite and then sell it on to our kin and let it be our fortune. But I've got a small side question. You all seem like interesting people. Are you superstitious at all?
Oh, hell yeah.
Of course.
Well, you are.
Definitely. Mm-hmm.
So, what would you, if purely hypothetically, if there was a spectre possessing a well, how would you go about
A well?
removing it from the well?
Hypothetically speaking?
Yes, totally hypothetically speaking.
I
pour a
love
bunch
bunch
of
of dirt in there.
No, that's not how you get rid of ghosts, sweetheart. That's just not how it works.
Oh. Well, I
You can't bury them. They're ghosts. They'll just come right back out.
But then it'll pop out on top, and then maybe I could tussle with it.
Oh.
What kind of ghost, hypothetically,
Yeah.
would this be?
Well, it's he looks really like he doesn't know how much to say, and he goes, well, the sort of ghost that likes to blow out lanterns and rattle chains and make sort of ooh noises. That
Oh, you're
sums
student
it up,
ghost
isn't
school.
it?
Okay.
Is
Yeah,
it
that's fine.
pre-vert?
Well, I might as well just come out and say it at this point. You see, ever since we took over this mine, we've had reports more and more from the miners, and miners are, I'm so sure you're very aware, as you've said yourself, a very superstitious lot. The problem is that because they're so superstitious, if you say that there's a ghost down there, they won't work for you. If they are working and they hear the ghost, then they stop working and start rioting.
Oh.
So what we would like to do is remove him, as it were, from the process, and return us to our serenity that once was.
I see. And also hypothetically, this ghost wouldn't have anything to do with people going missing too, would it?
I don't think so. Our sort of, I say our research department, the dwarf we've hired, thinks that this is the ghost of someone called Brother Bigtooth, who was a dwarf who died in one of the little accidents that happened just before we took over the mine. We don't really know why he's haunting the mine, but a lot of the dwarves are saying it's because they sold it to those, and I'm using their terms now, bastarding elves.
Ah.
Oh.
So, I would like to,
Got a bone to pick.
I would like to remove this imperfection, as it were, so that our workers no longer are troubled by the fact that they could be chipping away at graphite and then hear this ghostly ooh going across that causes them to down tool and run to the nearest lift shaft and scream for help. It's a little bit off-putting to the rest of the mountain.
Okay.
Well, I haven't done extermination in years. After that Stevie stuff made my brain feel funny. But I mean, if it's anything like cockroaches, I'm sure we could get rid of a ghost, right?
Definitely
If
get
we
rid of a
can
ghost.
find out what kind of ghost it is.
Well, it sounds like it's
Should
a
be able.
prevert.
Yeah, prevert.
It's rattling chains. Why's it got them chains? What's it doing with those?
You worry about some very interesting stuff, Uncle. Besides clearing out this specter of sorts, are you not concerned about your workers going missing, or do you just think they're running away?
We are, but the problem, we're still at the teething difficulties part of the mine, and
The problem is, when you have people there, more accidents are happening by people trampling each other to get away from what they perceive to be a spectre.
Yeah.
So if we
Yeah, the
get rid of the
revert.
spectre, people stop killing each other by accident, we can work out the deaths properly then.
All right.
Whereas before, it's being a little bit of a problem when this keeps happening and the miners start doubting their tools and refusing to work due to haunted mine conditions.
Okay, well, that is a little clear, but I've very quietly leaning into the rest of the group. Corey's gonna be like, "Any of you ever gotten rid of a ghost?"
No.
I've gotten rid of possums, rakins, one time a really mean dog.
And
That one
what
I
about you,
just
Granny Smith?
chewed.
Oh dear, I know all about spirits.
Okay.
Spirits,
Don't you
demons.
just throw some like coarse salt on it and call it a day?
I mean, if you're crude.
I mean, that's my method, but seems like Miss Granny knows what she's talking about.
Well, we don't really know.
Coming from the notably more forest outlook on life, I'm not exactly familiar with how you would rehouse such a friend.
You want me to give him a new house?
Well, I mean, we're not savages, but we just want him shifted.
Well, do we have any willing bodies?
Oh, I need one of those. I'm sure the infirmary might have one.
Oh, well, living one is better, but
Well, we can. Sure, we can ask
Does it
around.
gotta be a person?
I'm
We could
sure,
like trap them in like a.
I'm sure the infirmary
frog?
could have someone that would benefit.
oh, I've got a doll. And Granny reaches into her little rucksack and she pulls out the most horrifying straw doll you've ever seen.
Sakura screams.
What the fuck?
What?
You were just carrying that around?
I will,
Well, yes.
I'm not a superstitious sort, but I will happily give you this small pile of gold. He just pushes it across the table. If you never take that out again.
Granny reaches over, doll still in hand, scoops the gold into her purse, and then drops the doll in there too.
Yes, that's, you definitely seem the sort that'd be the kind to solve this. I will support you all the way.
Well, this is like a 2-for-1 special.
Because we get the coffin?
And gold
And-
for not scaring, what's your name again, sir?
Oh yeah, we never asked her name.
Oh, I'm Sylvan.
Sylvan, yeah. For partially scaring Sylvan with a doll we didn't even know existed in the universe.
Yes, well, as usual, we'll be offering a daily payment of around 25 gold apiece. And that should pay you for
Nice.
your manual labor, any tools you need to hire, and such like. If you manage to reach a quota of a particular amount of graphite a day, we will contemplate doubling it. But again, it depends on how much everyone else is producing, because otherwise, that's a monopoly we can't afford. So
Alright.
every day, make sure you get a small receipt for how much graphite you bring in, and if you get a fair amount, let us know, and we'll. If you're one of the most that bought in that day, we'll make sure you get a substantial bonus.
Ooh.
So yes, that all sounds above board. Do you need anything else from me?
I think we're okay. I think that's enough, right?
Should be all the information we need.
I'm ready to go get this prevert.
Okay.
Oh, wonderful. Well, I wish you all the best then. And
Yep, you have a great day.
oh, thank you. You too. I wish you the best of travels and good hunting, as it were.
Yes, yeah. And like, Uncle Hank's just gonna grab his hand and shake it real good and be like, you have a great day, Simon. You have a good one.
It's oh, never mind.
God bless.
Sylvain,
He's gonna march on out.
not Simon.
Sylvan.
Oh,
Okay.
Sailbin.
Okay, made it worse. Let's
Great
go.
name.
All right. So again, as you walk out, you see the dwarf jump back as if again he's not listening. Whatever he's paid you, I'll match.
Yeah.
Let's have a wee word before.
Y'all are an eavesdropping sort, aren't you?
Oh, totally not. No, I mean, they took the mine from us.
I mean, you ain't gotta listen at no door. We could just tell you. He wants us to get rid of a prevert, and then the other guy.
He wants you to get rid of a what?
A ghost, a specter, if you will.
A ghost. Oh, I see.
Yeah, he likes watching.
I mean, did he think that did the ghost make him leave? Do you think?
Nah, he didn't seem very scared of it.
I think he was more scared about the bottom line being shifted because of trampling each other to get away from the specter kind of situation for the miners inside.
The ghost isn't making him want to leave.
No.
No.
Oh well.
Is that? Are you disappointed? Or
Well, I'm just curious. Nothing,
Interesting.
Nothing more.
You trying to pull a Scooby-Doo?
I what now?
Trying to old man something, dressing
if
up
I
as
remember
Scooby
what Uncle
Prevert?
Hank is trying to say, and his references are well out of this world, I think he means that you're trying to pull some sort of guise on them to scare them off.
Trying to scare him out.
I'd never do such a thing. I mean,
No,
they
no.
did take the mine,
Hank's winking.
blindsiding my entire family.
No, of course. I too would never Scooby-Doo a bunch of rich folks trying.
But I mean,
to
if my family, something that my family has owned for generations, fell into the hands of people that didn't deserve it, then.
Oh, I can see we're on a same level, and he sort of gives you a very obvious wink.
Yep.
Yeah. I'd be livid, I just.
I mean, you can relate to my comeuppance right now, can't you? My problem. Let's go for a drink, and he just gently gestures you towards the other room.
Oh.
Hey, Uncle Hank, you want a drink?
Oh, you know it, brother. Let's go.
I am parched.
I could have a drink.
All right. So it takes you into the other room. There's another 2 or 3 more dwarves. He closes the door behind you and he goes, right, well, Lofty, give him a drink. And one of the most shortest dwarves you've seen gets up, grumpily rips a top off of a large bottle of something, pours it. As you pick it up, it smells incredibly strong, and your eyebrows feel like they're just burning away. He's like, right, have yourself a drink, and let's talk about how these elves, these thieving elves, need to meet.
Yeah, they're encroaching, huh?
Aye,
They're
exactly.
getting in on your stuff.
Exactly. I mean, these soft bastards. I mean, they're making a mockery of mining. I mean, they're mining the soft earth for the soft minerals. Oh, it's just, does it no bother you in your heart?
A little, yeah. But before we get down this road and I take a large sip of this extremely potent drink and make a face that I try to immediately hide.
Your face is immediately, like, your whole mouth up to your brain, all you can smell is mushroom.
Oh, God.
Y'all make this yourself?
Oh no, we actually we used to export it from the mountain. One of the brewers still lives there.
That's good stuff.
Local. I love that. Farm to table.
Very thoughtful. I understand all this stuff before we get down to that. Like, why did you sell it to them?
Well, nobody actually knows why Grandpappy did it. He just seemed to be like, one day, someone came in and whispered something to him, his eyes went wide, and he went, like, fuck it, I'm selling the mine. He didn't consult any of us. I mean, did he consult you? And he talks to the other dwarf, and the dwarf shakes his head and goes, that's the eldest son. He'd know.
Oh, wow.
Who's the
That's
eldest
tough.
son?
And the one that's sort of sitting there just sort of goes, it's me. But, he just demanded a scribe came, and then he just signed it there and then that he was selling the mine at bloody elves. There was no leap in logic to it. It was just someone came in, said something to him, and then he's like, right now I'm selling it. Does he not understand tradition? I thought Grandpappy was all about tradition.
Who talked to him? Or
one of the sort of younger dwarves. He came running in, said he had some results or something.
And had the elves been trying to buy the mountain for long?
No. Grandpappy once joked, because all we could find was graphite, he once joked he'd just sell it to elves. But we all thought, a bit of laugh. No, he was serious at the end of the day. Just, if he wasn't dead, I'd speak more ill of him, but you know how our traditions are.
And,
Yeah.
sorry, go ahead.
Oh no, I was just gonna say, like I had an uncle Scabby, and by the end of things, and he had like a little bit of land. Well, the whole Scabby thing, that is not his actual name. That's a nickname. I actually don't know his real name, but by the end of things, he was saying a lot of stuff and signing a lot of things that he wasn't. He was a few short beans of a whole can, if you know what I mean.
Oh,
Oh, what?
Yeah, something like that.
I mean, we've had many of our legal side look over the contract that's been signed, because Grandpappy must have had elderly dementia, something creeping happening.
Hey,
Because there's no way
He had
in
a whole
a,
great
in a
life, yeah.
sound mind he'd have sold over to elves. No. No him. No
it's a
of us.
shame.
You said one of the younger dwarves told him something. Are they here? Like the one that talked to him?
They're not here, no. Most of them were. Well, the thing is that half the young'uns, when the mine was sold, have left to sort of go and do their own thing. They seem to have just given up on the family tradition. I mean, many of them will never know what it's like to, burst 50 years in a mine like the rest of us.
Yeah.
I see.
Thinking themselves fancy.
Aye.
And I have a question. I'm sorry if this is a touchy subject, but was one of you lost in a well?
What now?
Did you lose one of your brothers in a well in the mine?
No. My mother used to tell me a story of a dwarf getting stuck in a well, though, but not heard it in real life, in sort of, out of fairy stories.
Do you mind telling us that story?
Oh, it was just about how dwarf got stuck in a well and he grew old and became part of the roots of the tree. It's a very weird story. It really makes no sense to know dwarves, if you know what I mean.
I had a neighbor that happened to him, but it was a couch, and he just sat on it too long.
So he got
grew
stuck in a
So
couch?
He became a couch.
Him and the couch were basically like became one.
Oh.
Oh.
Was
He married a
okay.
couch?
I mean, if we're talking in a sense marrying, like kind of like how you marry ketchup bottles, then yes.
Mary ketchup
Mary
bottles?
ketchup bottles.
What's
Yeah.
a ketchup bottle?
Well, it's a
And-
bottle.
And Uncle, your name is actually Uncle Hank?
Yeah, that's my legal name. Born and raised.
But
in Ohio.
your uncle was Uncle Scabby?
Yeah, well, I mean, technically he's a great uncle, but I'm not a monk.
That
So
make- I guess that makes
grunkle
sense.
scabby.
Yeah, exactly.
Grunkle Scab.
That felt a little redundant, so I just said,
Grunkle Scabby. Grunkle.
Gronkles.
Is it Coria's lost? Coria's
Well,
lost.
I mean, you can all understand that these elves need punted, right?
oh, that seemed real fancy.
Yeah. He sort of-
What do you want to do
he
about
sort of
it? Do you want
looks
to...
over a little bit at the other dwarf, and the other dwarf nods, and he goes, out of his pocket, he just says, just take this with you. And he just hands you a small glass vial. As you turn it over in your hand, you see it's full of like gold flecks, and he goes, just make sure that finds its way to one of the dig sites. We'll make sure these elves aren't there.
Mhm.
Oh.
And if we do that, what are you going to give us in return?
Well, you see, you'll be well looked after. We'll make sure that we match anything the elves are paying you, and
25 gold?
Aye, if that.
You mean 30 gold?
30 gold.
Yeah.
Yeah, sorry. Yeah, sorry, 30.
Yeah.
30 gold. Well, that's quite a lot for a 4-person team. But I suppose if that's what you need, you can make sure you get 30 gold for the 4 of you.
I
No,
think
Very
it
much
was
appreciated.
per
It was 30 each, and every day.
every day.
Yeah.
30. He just looks at the other dwarf. The other dwarf is properly like, oh. And he's like,
Oh, it's because we have this. We have a secret weapon.
the other
Yeah.
dwarf.
Should I show them?
Yeah, yes.
Yeah, totally. Yeah, definitely show them. Yeah. Yeah. Do it,
Uncle
Granny.
Hank is gonna cover his eyes.
Granny fishes through her little rucksack, and then she waits. She pauses very dramatically and makes sure that all of the dwarves in the room are looking. And then she pulls out the horrifying straw doll.
The first dwarf just looks at it and goes, is that a familiar? He just stares at it like he's like, and
It's
then
certainly not a stranger.
one of the
Careful, darling. I wouldn't look it in the eyes for too long.
Mm-hmm.
the dwarf is just staring at it, just like really intense, just like.
It might take your soul. Careful.
That's what it's designed for. It's hungry. It hasn't fed in a while.
It could smell fear.
The dwarf at the table is physically just slowly moving his chair back a little
If you
further
look
away
at it
from it.
too long in the eyes, you'll feel your soul evaporate from your
The
own
dwarf
body.
in front of you is intently staring at it, just like fixed by it.
Maybe
But
maybe we
It's
shouldn't.
happening.
Maybe we shouldn't do it. And she's gonna sort of like cover the doll's eyes.
He immediately comes back to and goes, I don't know what came over me there. Apologies.
There's the power of the doll.
But
You
yeah,
were wise to cover its eyes up. I'll put it away.
That's why they gave us 30 a day per person.
Alright, well, alright, well, I suppose, you've proved your, well, what would you describe it? How would you describe such a power?
Credentials?
There?
Chutzpah.
Chutzpah.
Chutzpah. Oh, right, well,
Capabilities.
I suppose now we've seen your Fitzpah. I guess we can, yeah, aye, well, That's the last thing I want against me. But if you've got such a thing and it will benefit, then I suppose we can match the elves gold.
Glad to hear it.
Appreciate it.
We want to solve this problem for you. So what's in this little vial thingy? It's just some.
Oh, I don't know what you're talking about. I mean, a vial full of gold flakes. I have no idea what you're talking about.
Yeah, we don't know anything about what not at all. Wink, wink, very heavily.
Yeah.
Very heavily winks at you again. And just like.
Okay, do you know somebody who does know what's in the vial?
Oh my god!
Uncle Hank, I'll tell you when we get in the cart.
Yeah, like
Oh, okay,
don't worry about it,
okay. Oh, Scooby-Doo. Winks.
Scooby Doo. It's bad. Yeah.
Do.
Alright. So as you finish your mushroom alcohol and make your way up
This is great.
out of the room, as you leave the dwarven room, standing outside is the elf. He doesn't jump back from the door like he's been listening, but he is just sort of standing there and he goes, "Oh, I'm sorry. I thought you'd have left. I realised after you left that I forgot to give you this," and he just hands you a small sort of brooch, which has this little mining pick on it and a sort of elven leaf, and he goes, "If you need to, get some answers from the guards, let them know you're on the right team." He just glares at the dwarf and then looks back at you, then glares at the dwarf again. "So I trust you'll make the right decision."
Oh, thanks for the, what is this, a Bengal salmon?
It's
real fancy.
It's a brooch, but yes.
Oh, a brooch. I don't know what that is, but let's go.
Thank you.
So you walk out of the inn. You get in a. I'm being waved at 1 second.
I've got a splinter or like a whisker or something in my foot. I think
No!
Ads should be soon as well. So
Okay.
could you help me when Ads?
Yeah. I've just literally just snoozed them a minute ago, so they should be done 5 minutes. That's all right.
Yeah.
Yeah. Cool. No problem. All right. Apologies. So you go outside. You jump in the cart.
Mm-hmm.
The cart is a very very simple journey. It only takes you about half a day. You get to the a small village on the foot of this mountain. As you get near, the sign to the mountain has this quite large, very sort of generational dwarven sign that says the Mountain of Kinbanog, and Kinbanog has been lightly crossed through in very wavy elven way, and below it, written in fabulous elven script, is Bricquemynydd. This is the name the elves have given to the mountain, compared to the name the dwarves had for it. Alright, the ads are in 3 minutes, so we'll do this bit when we get to the first bit, and then we'll take the 3-minute ad break. So yes, you journey to the small village. You basically spend the night there in just simple lodgings. The next morning you awaken, and you follow everyone else, which seems to be heading to this sort of same point, and you find this very large, crude, steam-powered carriage that the dwarves seem to have built. And anyone who is of dwarven height, this is fine. This is not a problem. But anyone who is of taller than dwarven height, the carriage is incredibly cramped. It's not built for anyone taller than maybe 4'8".
Zikoria's basically sticking her head against the glass, trying to get out. She's not having a very good time.
Avery's lanky ass, tall lanky ass, is crouched in on himself. He is extremely. He's poking himself with his knobby little his elbows and knees at this point.
Zikoria's probably stabbing everybody.
Oh, okay, yeah.
All right, so this train heads off. It trundles up the edge of the mountain and then plunges through a really dark tunnel. After about another 5-10 minutes of almost total darkness, the sort of almost explosion of light as you pull out into this sort of very crude looking station. And as you look around, there's loads of elves, dwarves, and humans getting off these similar carriages and going about their business. This is the sort of starting bit. So you look around. There are many stalls that are selling sort of mining equipment, all that kind of stuff, and there's a dwarf who seems to be have a clipboard and counting flagstones for some reason, and there's a bunch of guards just sort of milling around. There's a gigantic hole over on the other side that people seem to be queuing around waiting, which looks to be like the lift to take you to different floors. But we will take a 3-minute break. Well, I say 3.5 minute break because 1/2 minutes to the ads. And we'll be back and we'll carry on from there. So if anyone needs to do anything for 3 minutes, please go do it now, and we will resume when the ads are done in 3 minutes, folks. So yeah, back in
All right.
3.
Woo! Hell yeah.
Alright, folks, are back. So, going from where we left off, which is that you've just arrived at this sort of station-esque area. There's the stalls with lots of things that are just sort of selling sort of everyday items, sort of mining equipment. There is the guards walking around. There's a dwarf with a clipboard seems to be counting flagstones. And there's sort of folk queuing around this massive hole over on the side. There seems to be a pair of massive holes, but folk seem to be waiting on one of them. So yes, what would you like to do?
I'd like to look at what kind of equipment they're selling.
They're just selling generic mining equipment, pickaxes, ropes, some bags occasionally, like chisels and hammers and stuff, just nothing major. And none of them seem to have better quality than the rest. They all just seem to be very simple stuff.
Okay.
Well, are we
okay, go
gonna? Did we want to exterminate first? Did we want to figure out where all the drunk guys are going? Or I don't know what the other thing was. Drop off some sort of sparkle stuff.
No, don't.
Keep that to yourself, Unc.
Listen, what people do with their, glitter hobbies is their business. I ain't judging.
Nothing is okay.
Well, you don't have to judge, but also, I think it's supposed to be a secret.
All right. I'll keep the glitter a secret.
There's a good boy.
Okay.
Avery's looking around to see if anyone is listening into like the glitter being stated several times. Like anybody?
Is trying not to put her hands over Uncle Hank's mouth, but it also looks like she's trying to crush his head because her, giant claws. She's like,
if you do that out of the corner of Avery's eyes, like, see, strong hands. Looks around.
Careful now. I've got this cold sore that I've been nursing for about 6 years now.
Oh,
so
6 years.
Yeah.
You might want to really get something for that.
I
think
keep
I'm
putting
gonna ever
dirt on
touch
it,
Uncle
but
Hank again.
it don't do nothing. So
You said you put what on it?
dirt.
Right. Anyway, I'm gonna look around for do we want to go in and look for the specter, get rid of it, or do we want to try to
Dirt.
the prevert? Yeah, let's do that. Do you want to do that, Granny?
Oh, I'm fine with whatever.
Let's take care of the prevert then.
Let's go get the
Okay.
prevert.
As you're
Yeah.
sort of all standing around, most of the crowd around you all sort of disperse, going various directions. And at one point, as you're sort of having a discussion, a guard walks over. He's quite tall and very obviously elven, and he just leans in and goes, "Can I help you? Are you new to the mine? Do you know where you're going?"
Yeah.
where's the bangle? The shiny thing.
Like pulls it up and holds it out.
Oh, right, okay, so that's good now. All right, well, glad you're here. Glad they've sent someone to do something. Most of the time, we seem to be finding, like, well, where to start, really. Recently, the sightings of Brother Big Tooth have been mostly down around Dig Site 1 and 2.
Okay.
There's currently a riot going on in Dig Site 2, where the workers are refusing to work due to standards. So, if you could disperse that, because they don't listen to us, they don't like us down there. We're all trying to draw straws as to who has to go down and deal with it. But if most things are reachable from the lift, and he just gestures to the massive hole in the floor, and he goes, "It's one of them ancient dwarven things. It only works about once every 6 hours. So when you hear the horn," and he just points to another massive horn at the side, he goes, "That's when you know the lift's coming. You've got about 10 minutes to get where you need to go. After that, it stops again for another, about 6 hours."
That feels like a flaw in design, personally.
Oh, it's horrendously flawed, but dwarves and their tradition.
Well, all right. Is there any spot that is currently being avoided entirely by the workers?
Avoided entirely? Well, not really. No. I guess I'll explain the mine to you. Oh, I haven't done this for a while. This floor here is where you found the station. He just gestures to the massive, like, huge train-like thing behind you. He goes, "They go every so often. They're not a problem. Over there," and he points to a set of stairs that lead upwards. "There's where the offices are. They're not open yet. They're open usually during the day for a couple of hours. So you'll get somewhere there in the afternoon or evening. And there's all these little stalls and stuff. You'll find all them here. And then you've got the floor down one below, which has the infirmary. That's where people get taken when they've had a bit of a bunk in the head. You find them there. Also, that floor is the canteen, where you get a bit of grub. And there's a barracks there, where people are, mostly dwarves, because the dwarves have all got access to it, because they're family connections or something. Basically, you can sleep there if you need to. The floor below that is Dig Site 1. It's also a couple of rooms, like equipment rooms and stuff there, so you can, pick up some materials if you need them. Especially if you've got that little brooch, just show Cudmead it, he'll find you out. He's always a good lad, as Cudmead. And then the floor below that's Dig Site 2, where he just cocks his head for a little second, and you just hear the gentle sound of like a very faint chanting, like angry chanting, and he goes, "That's going on at Dig Site 2 right now. There's a lot of angry people down there. So yeah, if there's anything else I can help you with."
What are the conditions they're arguing about?
Well, they're arguing at the moment because there's this ghost thing going around, which I'm sure you're familiar with. Actually, you've got the brooch. He seems to sort of float around. Like, he's sometimes seen a Dig Site 2, sometimes seen a Dig Site 1. He seems to sort of be here, there, and everywhere. And all he really seems to do, as far as I can gather, but then again, I've not really known much, is he blows out some lanterns, he rattles some chains, he goes, "Oh, whoa, whoa, whoa," or that's what the noise they've been told makes. And he sort of...
I'm sorry, sir, can you do that one more time for me?
"Oh, whoa, whoa, whoa." Yeah, he sort of does that sort of noise. And apparently it freaks a lot of dwarves out.
Yeah, preverts, scary folk.
Well, he's been freaking some of the dwarves out so much that they've been passed out, you see. And we keep finding them at the floor of the lift down by Dig Site 2. We have to take them up to the infirmary. Their hair's gone white and they're gibbering about needing their mother. I've never heard dwarves so scared that they're calling for their mother. I mean, I thought that was just a, folk thing, but apparently that's what dwarves do.
And what is it? Only the dwarves? that you're finding passed out and grayed out?
Mostly, aye. I didn't realise we were hiring so many old folk, though. I mean, when you look around here, you don't see many old folk, but you go down the lower floors, it's full of the bastards. Everyone's really old, you know. They're looking good for their age, don't get me wrong. But I didn't realize we hired so many old folk.
What's wrong with old folk?
Well, you know, I thought we'd be hiring sprightly lads, you know.
Don't be ageist.
Well, not me.
Like stands in front of Granny.
You.
Like stands in front of like Granny.
I mean, I'm only 504. I don't know very much, all right. But you know, I'm at least not looking that old, that sort of old for my age. And he sort of flicks his very, very long blonde hair out the way, and he goes, "But the thing is, a lot of folk have just got like really thick white hair. I just thought we'd be hiring young lads, you know."
Did they start out like that?
Yeah.
Oh, I don't know. I don't see him when they
You
come
weren't
in.
attention?
I only see him when I'd rather short store and I have to go down and pick up more bastarding dwarves, take to the infirmary.
Maybe it's a fashion trend.
I suppose so. I mean, I suppose it is quite dusty down there.
You know, like jorts. That was a big thing for a while where I came from.
Jorts.
Who's jorts? Well, there was a jorts, but you know, he's well, I guess he's still with us. He's just not all with us. You know what I mean? But and then there was a trend where you would take your like blue pants and you'd cut them off. Jorts.
Why? What? Oh, what language is Jort?
I don't know.
Huh.
American?
America.
My grandmother once taught me something about jorts. I don't know if it's the same thing. Apparently, if you wear them, people can't see you. I don't know what they're talking about, though. I don't know how. Must be very stealthy clothing.
In stealth pants?
You know,
That sounds like something that I would like actually very much.
Could you get some for us, Uncle Hank?
well, if you're lucky, maybe I'll find you some jorts.
Huh. Well, I suppose maybe we should talk to one of these older dwarves before we go down to the riot.
Yeah, I think that's a good idea. Like there's probably some in infirmary right now, right?
Well, at this point, the massive horn bellows out throughout the entire mountain, and you go, "Oh, speak of the devil, that's the lift about to start," and you just feel the ground beneath your feet just tremble, and there's this almost cracking sound as this ancient machinery just starts kicking in, and as you look over, these huge stone plates are just slowly sliding down through the hole, and there's folk just climbing on as it goes past. So, as the time slot changes, this is afternoon slot on day 1. Where would you like to go? You can go any of the floors you want. You can stay this floor. You can go down to the first floor, which again is the infirmary, barracks, and canteen. You can go to the floor below that, which is dig site 1, or the floor below that, which is dig site 2. Where would you like to go?
Well, it kind of sounds like we want to talk to the infirmary folks, or at least one person in the infirmary. I don't know if we want to do that first, if we want to go all the way down first.
When he was talking about the riot, did he mean it like go there now because it's bad, or just like please take care of it because I don't want to, I'm delicate, ooh?
I think it was more, go down, deal with it, because I don't want to have to deal with angry people, because and if they're angry with ghosts going, it's terrifying.
Maybe we let them get all their bluster out, and by the time we get down there, they'll be a little less shouty,
I'm torn between either of these options. That's all. Like I was like, both are great. I would say maybe the get information from infirmary people first, and then go to the right.
Let's go talk to the old people. And she glares at that elf.
Well, they could just be a bunch of punks. They might be like, like the alternative crowd, like a fashion trend.
The alternatives
might not be old. Ooh, Ooh, I see what you did there.
Okay, well.
That's only if they've got cowboy boots on and gothy makeup.
We'll see. We'll see when we get there.
All right. So you make your way to the left. Where did you say you would like to go?
The infirmary on the first floor, I think.
Okay. You take the lift down to the first floor. As you step off, as the lift continues to descend with a bunch of dwarves and humans and stuff on it, you look over as a lift is starting to come up from the other side. It seems to be there's a small sort of cart on it, and there's a dwarf lying unconscious on it, and he gets wheeled off the other cart. But this floor has the infirmary, the canteen, and the barracks. You can go to any of them and look around. You can just go anywhere on this floor. So, where would you like to go?
Infirmary.
Okay. I should probably describe them, shouldn't I? The infirmary itself is a quite large sort of building. It has a very crudely painted red cross in the front of it. The canteen is very much takes up most of what was a dwarven drinking hall, and it smells very strongly of elven bread. And then to the far right, there's a sort of area where you hear the sound of snoring coming from, which is the barracks. But we'll go to the infirmary. So as you walk up to the infirmary, you walk through the door. Immediately, there's an elf in obviously like sort of nurse garb. Goes, "Hello, can I help you?"
Yes. We wanted to perhaps see if there was a
Are you
a patient.
injured?
No, we're
Are you
and
visiting?
Zycoria's just like
Oh, we're just here to visit some of the folks in the infirmary, dear.
Oh, that's fine. Just please be respectful of other people, but wander around, do your wit. If you need anything, come find me. And they go back to their work.
Oh, she's just darling.
Oh yes, absolutely.
I probably should have brought up that I do have that really bad cold sore, but that's fine.
Please. Okay.
Yeah, go talk to her about that, sweetie.
No. You know what? I'm just gonna keep trying the dirt, and
It hasn't worked in literally 6 years. See there.
I mean, the only thing that could happen is in 6 years I still have a cold sore, and then I'll ask her.
Alternatively, you could get rid of it now.
Alternatively.
Oh.
We go help.
Oh, don't try to. Let's not try to diffuse with humor. You go take care of that cold sore now, sweetie.
What if I said
Do it,
it was
Uncle.
my emotional support cold sore?
Do it, Uncle. Uncle, don't mess with me.
That's disgusting.
Well, I never said I was pretty. Not like you.
All right, now you're just. You stop that. I know what you're doing. You stop that.
Can't stop the train once it goes. All right.
I'm not kissing you with the cold sore.
Yeah,
Oh.
figure that out.
I would never imagine. He flutters his eyelashes. Maybe in heaven I'd get kissed by an angel. All right.
That Uncle Hank had such
Goodness.
game. Jesus Christ. And he like walks away. Just Jesus Christ. I walk to anyone who has like I'm assuming graying hair or like looks like they have dusty hair if there's any.
You look around the sort of site. The infirmary seems to be very much has the sort of wings, and as you glance into the wing on your right, you see a sort of horseshoe of beds. All of them seem empty apart from two of them, where there's a sort of relatively old man in both of them. There's a relatively old man in one and a relatively old man in another. One of them seems to be sitting up, and the other one is sound asleep and snoring. All the rest of the beds seem to be empty.
Walk over to this older gentleman that's sleeping,
Okay.
and I lightly, like, just say, like, hey, buddy.
What? What is it?
Hey, I got some questions for you if you don't mind.
More questions. What's happened?
It looks like you had a rough bit down there. You doing okay?
Oh, I'm fine. I think I'm still hungover. It's the memory isn't coming back, and I still feel so exhausted. I'll never touch the mushroom ale again.
That's your poison.
Okay. Well, how old are you, sir?
I'm 23.
You're 23?
Well,
He
you don't look
nods.
a day over 65.
He looks easily 70s, but yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Because I'm 23. My 23rd birthday is why we were drinking.
Oh, I see. Okay. Well, obviously not going to let... He's gonna play this like, I'm not gonna tell you. You look like my grandfather right now. So, what were you doing last night? Like, what's the last thing you remember?
I was out drinking with Jacob, and he
Sort of points his head towards the other old man and goes, "Oh, sorry, I thought that was Jacob. It can't be Jacob. Jacob's got thick black hair. That man doesn't. Well, they must have taken Jacob away. Oh, I hope he's all right."
Yeah, I do too, buddy. Can you say you went out with him and...
Yeah, we got drunk. We thought we'd go down in the lift, and the last thing I remember is the five of us going down in the lift, and then I remember being dragged into the infirmary. I don't remember what happened.
Where do you normally go and drink to celebrate birthdays?
We were in the canteen drinking the mushroom beer, but a couple of our party thought it would be better just, taking some and going somewhere else so we could have more of a drinking session, because we were apparently being disruptive.
So you drunk it down in the mines?
Yeah, we took it down. I don't remember where we went. I remember downing. I remember being on the lift and downing my first pint of mushroom ale. I don't remember anything after that.
That's how it goes. That's how it goes. When you chase the skunk, you get the funk.
Did we also not just drink that same mushroom ale?
Yeah.
How much mushroom ale had you drank before you went down the lift?
I think you drank like a mushroom wine or something like that, but yeah, it was definitely a mushroom alcohol of any kind, but not ale, as it were.
Okay.
I'd had this. I remember having one, and having another in my hand. I don't remember what happened to it.
Okay. And Zacharia's gonna suddenly turn around to everybody and be like, "Okay, how do my scales look? Are my scales okay?"
They look very vibrant and luscious.
Okay.
I don't know, that one there looks like it's tinging a little gray.
Granny.
Which one?
Don't
Oh,
listen to
dear,
me.
it's just a
Fine.
little dust. Here. And she wipes the scale, and it's just perfectly vibrant.
Okay. Alright. Okay, no more drinking anything with mushrooms in it.
For now, until we figure it out what is going on. I think.
You'll be fine. I used to eat mushrooms that grew off of cow patties. Ain't gonna hurt you.
I'm sorry?
You just see some colors and some lights and stuff, and sometimes the walls melt. It's fine.
Nurse, do you have like a salve for like cold sores? I like walk away to like the ma'am.
As you get over, she goes, I can request the doctor. I'll call him now. And she sort of picks up a small bell and starts ringing it. Goes, hopefully he'll be down
that's
soon.
Too much. That's too much. Me and this
you're
cold
getting
sore are
help.
best friends now.
No, you're not.
All right.
Getting rid of it.
So is the hair thing a new trend? Is that what this is?
She looks over towards the restroom and goes, excuse me, could you please watch your feet, please? And she sort of gestures over to one of you, and as you walk kind of sort of take your step back and look aside, you see a quite a large like boot hanging out the bottom of one of the beds. And she goes, yes, apologies, the dwarves are very untidy. Could you please don't stand on them?
Oh.
And goes back to what she's doing. And as confused, you sort of look ahead and lift the edge of the bed, sort of blanket up, and there's a dwarf lying face down on the floor. He seems to be babbling to himself.
Oh, well, at least he's alive.
You know, I had a party end like this once.
What? Anyway, excuse me, sir? Are you okay? Do you need assistance?
As you sort of poke the dwarf, all you get back is mother.
Mother? You want your mother?
Mother.
She's gonna very gently put that curtain.
His
that
eyes
sheet
are
back
wide
down.
open and he's like fully face down on the floor. But yes, he just seems to sort of babble mother. And as you sort of look around all the other empty beds and just walk over and just lift the edge of the curtain, you see every empty bed has a dwarf under it.
Oh. Really party here.
Question then, and this is like Ambrose asking, so there's dwarves or like people that have graying hair on top of the beds they're sleeping, but then there's beds that are empty, but underneath them there are cowering dwarves.
Basically, the beds that have got people in them that you can see have got two sort of older men in them.
Yeah.
All the rest of the beds that are there are completely very neatly made, but underneath them, face down, like completely like almost planking, face down, as under every single bed is a dwarf.
Can I?
As you go around and look at the dwarf, all the dwarves have snow white hair.
Oh, so they also do have snow white hair. Okay, cool.
Including the two that are above?
Yep, the two old men have very white hair or have gone bald, but both of them look very old.
I'm assuming that since they were like out drinking and did not witness what was going on, they are not scared.
They're both just very confused.
Can I do like a roll for this, like a Arcana or lore check to see if this is a symptom of something? And then this would be D20 plus whatever the stat is, I'm assuming.
For lore, it would be intelligence. So you're intelligent. Yeah, add your intelligence.
Okay, cool. So that is 12 plus 3, which is 15.
Yeah. You're not really sure what's going on here. There's nothing that you're familiar with that should immediately age them like this, but they definitely seem like they've had rapid aging.
Okay. Something external made them age over the course of over the course of a day kind of situation. This isn't like a gradual thing. This is like immediate. Okay. All right. I repeat that to everybody.
Well, you know, Scabby had a son. He was, I guess, like a second cousin, and he drank every day. He drank like literally like alcohol was gonna go out of style. And you know, he was like 20 something and he looked 65. That stuff ages you. Ain't that
True, but like
this going on
this,
here?
but this much, this many people,
Well,
and terrified, petrified.
I mean, I'd be scared too. Who? I'd be like, whoa, what happened there? But yeah, I don't know. I mean, I had a sister who like she got like some gray hairs when she got someone spooked her too much and she thought it was, you know, Bigfoot, but that was a different thing.
Mm.
Her hair
So-
eventually came back.
So maybe they've all been terrified? Petrified?
Yeah, but getting older is, you know, one thing to get your hair turning white, another to age you, rapid age you, right?
Excuse me, nurse?
Hello. Can I help you?
Yes. So, question. When all of these, poor dwarves were found, did they look like this? Or have they been getting older in the beds?
Oh, the dwarves that are there, they're as we found them. It's very difficult to sort of look them over. They're kind of frozen in that position. You can't really move them. We've tried. Though, there is a very interesting thing about it. And she just walks around towards you. And she goes, well, I'm sure this one won't mind me demonstrating. And she just leans down with one hand and puts it around the dwarf's ankle and just pulls him in front of you, really like slides him all along the floor. And she goes, now, from me just doing that, you'd think, oh, he must be quite slippery on the underside. But no, and she just grabs him by the belt and just lifts him up to almost hair tight. And she goes, no, he's really light.
Oh.
And she just sort of goes, we don't know why. And as she's just lifting him up and down, all you hear is...
And are all of
And it's like,
them
so,
whispering?
and she just drops him gently on the floor and he goes, so, we're not really sure what's going on. Something's going on because these dwarves are now, well, they all wear the same as a small bag of flour. But yes, yet they seem, somehow still alive. It's very strange. The doctor's not really sure what to do with them. If anything, we did cure them, they'd probably break their feet trying to walk away.
And you haven't found any humans like this?
No, we don't find humans like this, although the gentleman, she just gestures to the two old men. They are also relatively light in comparison. Yes, they're a lot lighter than normal humans would be.
But humans or people have been going missing, right?
Well, they tell me people have gone missing. I haven't really found any yet. I mean, all I can really do is record the ones we do have.
Got you.
And the problem with these dwarves at the moment, and she gestures to the ones under the bed, she goes, is they don't talk. All they say is, mer, 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 and mother. That's all they will ever say. They don't ever tell you anything else. Although, and she just picks the dwarf up again, and just puts him on top of the bed. The dwarf, after about 30 seconds, animates, rolls to one side, and then rolls back face down under the bed, and then stops moving again. He's like, there's something in them that makes them want to go under the bed. Every time we try to put them on top, they just make their way under.
You could probably make a game out of that.
I don't think we can make a game out of very sick people, Uncle Hank.
I don't think they'll notice. Anyway, yeah, that's weird. What is happening?
Very.
I wish I had that problem.
Were they found in a certain place? Like,
Well, they were found in a pile by I think these two were found by dig site 2. think this one was found at dig site 1, but most of them were found in the dig sites.
Okay.
So where the prevert
same.
is.
Where the... Yeah. Where the prevert is.
Okay. Well, this is bizarre. Something is making them age and weigh as much as a bag of flour?
Has anybody tried pretending to be their mothers? To talk to them?
The nurse just blinks at you and goes, "Be my guest," and goes back to work.
I mean, that's what I did for my cousin. He would talk in his sleep a lot, and he'd like have those night terrors and stuff, but he'd like still be asleep, and then you'd just like be like, "Yeah, go back to bed."
Well, then give it a shot, Uncle Hank.
Okay.
Come on, do some feminine impressions right now. Go for it. Be a mother.
Right. And he gets down on his hands and knees, and he looks like under one of the beds at one of them. And I guess I'll roll for this. I guess this would be like a bluff. Oh, got an 18.
Nice.
And he's like, all right, I'm gonna do my best impression of my mom. Hey, you! Stop mumbling. What you doing?
The dwarf you sort of point at and wiggle your fingers at, the head just turns towards you and looks straight at you and then goes, "Thank you, mother." And then just stops moving.
Yep, that's right. I'm your mother.
Stop moving like what?
Just completely stops moving.
I'm gonna walk over to him and like crouch down. Feel his neck, like his
Crouch
pulse.
down, you feel his neck. There's no pulse.
Oh my god.
Just
You killed him.
I didn't kill him.
No, that was
His mother
definitely
did.
you, sweetie.
Well, no, his mother did. I didn't do it.
oh my god. Oh,
He did such a perfect impression of his mother that like he was able to finally say goodbye in the afterlife and pass on. So like looks at you,
mean-
Uncle.
I did a perfect impression of my mother, but I guess he's got a similar one.
Shit.
Zacharia's gonna go to another one of the dwarves and check if they have a pulse. Do they have a pulse?
Very weak pulse, but they have a pulse.
Okay. Wait. Oh, what do we do? What do we tell her? What do we do?
Well, maybe because I told him to stop it. Maybe I say, "Hey, you, wake up."
Again, the head just tilts towards you. You get a kind of like, again, a sort of couple of seconds of almost just uninterrupted, just staring straight a hole into you, and then just, "Thank you, mother."
Bless you.
Sorry, I got fluff up my nose.
Bless you again.
But then he just goes still.
I slap like Uncle's hand again and like just stop it.
Oh my god, so violent.
Okay, so their mother releases them from their curse. Okay, so don't be their mothers. Don't pretend to be motherly. Be not motherly. Okay.
I mean, it could be just someone called mother. It doesn't necessarily mean it's their mother. Like, I'm uncle, but I'm not your uncle. I mean, I don't know. I could be. What's your dad's name?
I just look at both of them because clearly like they don't look anything alike. They just make the dullest face.
Okay. So maybe we should. Is like Corey wants to try and see if she knows anything about like what a mother in dwarven culture could mean or be. Is there something that they worship? Is there like a symbol?
Okay. Do a religion roll. Actually, if you have religion.
Oh, can I do lore?
Yeah, lore would work.
Okay. Oh, that's a 17.
17.
Nice.
You vaguely remember a story about the dwarves worshipping something about the mother of the earth, the sort of stone that they grew up in. That sort of there's a sort of thing told to young dwarves as Mother Stone is all around and protects you. It's mostly a thing for dwarves that have been like underground all their lives.
Okay. Is it something about this mountain? Huh. Should we leave? Should we be leaving the infirmary since Uncle Hank called over?
I mean, it wasn't technically his fault. Like, there's no way to know that, but we could just dip and get
Uncle
back to
Hank,
doing stuff.
Cups his hands around his mouth and he shouts, "Hey, nurse lady! One of them's kicked the bucket." But that is
two of them.
Two?
The nurse just walks over and goes, "I see. So what happened? How do you know he's dead?"
I don't know.
No pulse.
This, yeah.
She also just checks his neck and goes, "No, you're right. This one is dead. Okay, well, I'll get him sent out with the others." And she just leans and grabs him by the belt and just hauls him up and just carries him like a very large piece of hand luggage off to the front of the infirmary.
She's just carrying him like a purse.
Wow, morbid.
Can we go?
Yeah.
Oh yeah, we gotta go stop a riot or join it.
And find out what the hell's going on.
All right. So as you get aboard to leave, you see a very flustered-looking elf come down the stairs. And he goes, "Yes, I got called. Can I help you?"
Oh, there's some dead folks in there.
And
I
he's
think
got
I
a
need
cold
you to-
sore.
A cold sore. And you
Yeah.
see him take out like a second pair of glasses and put it over his first pair, and he goes, "Oh yes, that is
But
quite the case."
I'm quite attached to it at this point, so it's fine.
He ruffles through his
It's
pockets and
Stockholm
pulls.
syndrome. Get rid of it.
He ruffles through his pockets and pulls out quite a large sort of wooden spatula. Just leans into Uncle and just pokes it with the spatula. He goes, "Yes, that's a tough bastard right there.
Yeah, at least I
full of
need
filth.
dinner first.
You're gonna need a surgeon for that one."
Stop flirting with me. Let's go.
Okay. And as you start leaving, he goes, "Well, if you want to come back any point, I know a good surgeon."
Yeah, that's what they all say.
Do they?
Well, if you grew up where I grew up, that's what they all say.
All right. So as you walk back out the infirmary, you see the nurse coming back from depositing the dead dwarf by the lift, and she just walks past you and just continue on with her day. As you sort of look around, you see that there is still the canteen and there's still the barracks. You can go and look at either one if you want, or you can just go back to the lift and wait for the horn. It is entirely up to you.
Maybe we should go while we wait for the lift, we go to the canteen and see if anybody knows where those two dwarfs went last night.
Maybe, yeah.
Yeah, that's a good point.
Someone might have seen them heading somewhere.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Whenever
let's
I
see
gotta
if
find my cousin, Snitch, when he disappears, we always gotta ask the bartenders.
You have a cousin named Snitch.
Yeah,
What is he known
he's
for?
one of Scabby's.
Okay. He's known for snitching?
I don't follow.
Never mind. It's fine. I'm just so curious about your family tree is all. Shall we?
You walk over to the canteen. It's very much been converted from a dwarven drinking establishment to a elven kitchen. There are several just tables with sort of workers sitting around, vaguely eating into some sort of elven bread. As you get near the front, you get a very enthusiastic elf going, "Hello there, would you like some elven bread? We've just made some freshly to keep you filled all day. It's got all the energy you need for mining."
They
I take one.
And Zekar is also going to take one.
Just offers it to you. You take it. At this point, you just see a very grumpy-looking elderly dwarf sitting next to a table with several large sort of tankards on it, and she just looks over and she goes, "You, the people with bread, do you want some ale with that?"
Oh, hell yeah.
Takes a bite of the bread. What kind of ale?
"It's mushroom ale. I brew it myself. Only a couple of gold a flagon."
Ooh.
How do you make your mushroom ale? I don't want your secrets, but I'm
It's
just
an
so
ancient
curious. I've
family
never heard.
secret. I couldn't go
Ah.
into it, dearie, but yeah. And she gives you a very, almost like an egg cup full, and she goes, "Try this, dearie. It'll put hair on your chest."
Ooh.
Can't
I'm gonna be really honest. I got hair on my chest earlier from ale upstairs. The tavern. I don't want any more. I'm trying to keep my hairs limited.
As you have this even remotely near you, the smell of mushroom is about 50 times stronger than the one you had before.
Oh, is it?
Well, I got lots of hair on my chest. Could use a few more. And
Alright.
Uncle's just gonna down it.
Alright, you down it. Do me a resist poison roll.
I knew it.
I do have resist poison.
I was gonna say, me too. I want to drink it.
I do too. I'll drink it because Uncle Hank did.
I got a 16.
16.
Let me do it.
Your whole body quivers. You hold your feet, but
Ooh.
everything is more vibrant colour than it once was from this one, like, almost shot glass of this,
Ooh, I
of
got
this ale.
20.
20?
I got a crit. 20.
You got a crit. You
Nice.
just immediately, the flavour is something like nothing else. Everything just, almost everything now smells like mushroom. It's
I gotta tell you what.
impactful. You feel almost
Ooh,
empowered
ooh.
from having it.
Ooh, okay.
Wow.
Like take that straight to the face, put it down on the table. Yeah.
See, I told you you'd like it.
Mm-hmm.
Now I get why boys were crying for the mama.
Is this all anyone drinks down here? I mean, it's
If they know
not
what's
saying it's a
good
bad
for
thing.
them, yes. Unless they want to drink that elf piss in that bottles over there. Just sort of narrows her eyes at the elves who kind of go, but people like our wine. You know, it's made with elderberries. It's very nice. It's very fruity and fringy. And just the woman just spits on the floor and goes, "Well, mine isn't. It's made from mushrooms. You find them everywhere, half the time growing in shit. And it tastes just as good as your elderberries."
There's nothing I can do about this now.
I mean, we're not here to kink shame. If you want to drink piss from an elderberry or whatever you want to call it, that's fine. Thank you so much for the free sample. We are looking for no, we have questions. We are looking for answers, right?
Well, I mean,
Yes.
if you have questions, dearie, I'm very happy to hear them, but, I mean, I'm an old woman, I'm forgetful. I mean, I'm just happily thinking about how, how wonderful it'd be if I could sell a couple of ales.
Ooh.
And just to be sure, and I don't mean this in any way to be offensive, but you've always been old. Like, you weren't just old, like young yesterday and suddenly old today, right?
This sounds very offensive for some
She just
reason.
she just blinks at you and goes, "Are you calling me old?"
You called yourself an old. I just wanted to know if you have been aging gracefully or suddenly.
She sort of eyes your height as if she's just debating whether she can get away with slapping you or not. And she sort of looks around the room at who's there, and then she sort of thinks probably better not, and goes, "I'm sure that your question would be better if you reworded it, dearie. Let's try again. What is it you want to know?"
I put I'm assuming I don't know if we got an advance of gold, but I'm assuming I at least have a few gold on me, and I put a gold down for another drink, because she's like, hey, let me get more of that. And
oh, wonderful, wonderful! Here you go. She gives you this huge flagon of mushroom ale, and she goes, "Of course." She sort of gives a very sour look towards Scoria, and she's like, looks like, "Well, now that the commerce has passed, what would you like to know, dearie?"
There was a lad upstairs in the not upstairs, in the infirmary down the way. It was his 23rd birthday yesterday.
Oh, I remember him well. He turned up with 3 of his friends, or was it 4 of them? No, it's 4 of them, yes. There was 5 of them in total. They all bought 2 ales each. One of them drank it and vomited and passed out on the floor. And the other 4 of them went down in the lift. I remember that, yes. I did some good business yesterday.
Good. Well, it turns out that something's going on. You probably know about something going on in the mines, and they're in the infirmary, but it looks like they rapidly aged. It looks like they're 75
Oh,
now.
well, I'm sure the ale put hairs on their chest. They can't be that much older now, but they did look like they belonged in what is it called? Diapers, I suppose. So, yes, it must have put... did it make them grow a beard, dearie? I'd be very proud if my ale made them grow a beard.
No, not like that. Not that kind of hair. Balding, white hair, suddenly.
Well, that can't be my ale, dearie. It must have been something else. It's nothing to do with me.
But they did go down.
They went down in the lift, yes. Yes,
to the 2nd level?
I don't know where they went. I just know they went down.
And you said one of them didn't go down? Is he here right now?
He passed out drunk. I don't know where he is now. But he took one swig of the ale and then vomited and then just blacked out on the floor.
Yeah, that sounds like me. That's like my cousin. He gets way too drunk, disappears, wanders off. And gotta find him. Sometimes he's in a dumpster. One time he managed to fit himself in a mailbox.
Mail.
We don't know how.
As as Unk is having this description of family, just slowly turning towards them as more details are coming out. It's and no one found this guy. No one knows where he is. He just passed out.
Oh, I think they dragged him to the barracks, dearie, but I don't know any more than that. That's yesterday's business. I don't care about that. I'm all about tomorrow.
Gotcha.
Okay.
Anything else you want to say? Turn to Ixaria? Is that how you pronounce your name?
Yeah, Xaria.
Ixaria, yeah. I turned to Ixaria. Is there any other thing you want to say to offend older
Psychoria.
Women? Psychoria, thank you.
Yeah, sorry. No, I apologize. I'm so sorry. I was... it's just
It's
being
fine,
in
dear.
this
It's
cave.
fine. It's just when you reach my age, you've got to be more respectful to your elders. She just sort of,
Of course.
she just looks at you like she kind of gives you that kind of like, I'm having a somewhat of a milking this, but I'm equally still annoyed by what you said kind of look.
If she could blush, she would blush, but she can't. So instead, her little ear frills are just gonna kind of like go down, and she's like, "Okay, the ale was delicious, and I'm sorry."
She sort of goes, well, if any of you do find any mushrooms down there, just bring them up to me. Doesn't matter where you find them. They're all going to go in the stew anyway.
Hell yeah, can do. And don't mind her. She just, it's very common for people to get a little tongue tied around a cutie like you. And he does like a little wink and a finger gun.
She sort of gives you a sort of very kind of like, all right, okay. Oh well, and she sort of again looks. Do you stop me?
I get that. I
wanna
buddy.
play.
She still gives you a sort of side glance and then goes back to doing her mushroom things. At this point, you hear the horn going off, and it is time to choose where you want to go next. There is going to be an ad in a minute and a half. So what we'll do is you can either choose where you want to go, and we'll take it back from when the ads go, or you can continue discussing it for the next like 3-4 minutes. We'll jump to the ad screen up as well. But yeah, if you can just continue discussing it now, I'll play around with it as you need to.
Alright, they said that there might be one that got passed out that's in the barracks. He might know where they were planning on going before knocking out.
Yeah, but
true.
is the horn sounding mean that we have to make a choice now because
You
we have
have
to get to the
about-
elevator?
You have about 5 to 7 minutes to sort of
Okay, then
get the lift and get down. You can have like 2-3 minutes if you need to run and do something, but if you don't know exactly what you're doing, it might be a bit difficult.
Yeah, might be good to go catch the.
Yeah.
I would catch. Then I go. I just decide to catch the thing because hopefully someone on the lower level might know something. I guess.
Yeah. So are we trying for dig site 2 because that's where all the people are?
Yeah.
I think so. Yeah.
Okay.
I wanna be where the people are.
Wanna see them riot.
I just swap to the ad screen and I
Yell
just
it
double
around
check.
about those
There's the ad
wages.
screen. I just realised that my webcam is not working on the ad screen, and
really?
the thing is that so I might have to swap back from the ad screen. It doesn't want to show up anything. Like my webcam's been so weird today.
There's a lot of technical issues today. Period.
Yeah,
I'm starting to get the vibe.
And then again,
of.
it's the first live version of this, so it's gonna have all the tech issues. So yes, what we'll do is we'll put the cat of technical difficulties up. There he is. So the cat of technical difficulties is up, but it's still adverts are on. So folk can hopefully still hear us, and they can hopefully still hear yourselves.
The kitty. Technical difficulties.
The cat of technical difficulties. He follows the screen when there's technical difficulties to distract people. The ads haven't even started yet. There they go. There they are now. Alright. We'll jump back to the thing in a couple of minutes when things are done. So if you need to do anything, if you need to go break or anything like that, just do it now. And
I'll be right back.
Yeah.
I'll just get some water.
I will leave the cat of technical difficulties on with the advert. So I've taken the technical difficulties off
why
because
not?
it's still on, but I'll leave the... Actually, I should probably make him a little smaller so that he...
Hard disagree. Chunky big cat.
I just put him...
Chunk.
Both my parents have texted me pictures of this gigantic fat ass bear that's been in their yard.
Oh my god.
And my sister texted me. She's like, I think we need more pictures of their fat ass bear coming from different accounts right now. And I was like, they're very proud. They're very proud of this bear.
Oh my gosh. Is that like the bears that are like getting chubby for like the winter times?
Yep. They sure are.
Love
That
it.
one's looking pretty well fed,
Good for them.
right?
As they should be. But it stinks because it's just like makes me want to hug them.
If not friend, why friend shaped?
Why friend shaped? Why?
Why?
Why? Don't they know I suffer?
I still haven't seen any bears.
beer. Oh yeah, you only had those like scritchy scratchies from bears, right?
Yeah, just tried to use the garage door.
Oh, the bear rock.
Oh no, that was something different. I think that might have actually just been a bear, but it was like a weird lighting day. So I guess I technically have seen a bear, but not like seen it and known what I was looking at.
Yeah. Been like, yep, that's definitely a bear. I wonder if bears have those thoughts where they're like, oh, is that a person?
Is that a picnic basket?
Hey friend, is that a picnic basket?
Thank you. Bless.
At the wedding that I was at this weekend, I made like a reference to one of the aunts at the wedding, and I was like, oh, you're like the MacGyver of weddings, because she was like solving problems left and right, and she was like, you're too young to know that reference. And I was like, know about that? I'm 35. And she's like, I'm 70 something. How do you know that reference? And I was like, oh, I think that's pretty, you know.
It's
I
called
think
streaming
people know that.
services.
Yeah, that's
Right, let's jump back to the RPG screen. There we go.
Alrighty.
So once we know if we're back. Look fine.
Am
I just like the first one where it's penance really spelled out, but it's really a lot of E's in there, so it's just Penance.
If you go up and down with that.
Oh man, that's gorgeous. Thank you.
Alright.
Penance. All right, sorry. All right.
Always
Sorry, I
funny.
get that a lot.
Aw,
There's a number of folk that are just like, what's your thing called? That's Penance RPG. They go, why? And you go, it was the name of the WoW Guild. And they go, oh, right, okay. Why? And you're like, I don't fucking know. I didn't name it. I joined it, and I was the GM for fucking 14 years. I just joined the thing and took over it. I didn't name the damn thing.
I didn't name it.
Hey.
It
was
started
not
because
my
we were
choice.
running it as guildies doing, stuff, and that's the whole point of why it was Penance doing RPG. It just became Penance RPG.
Mm-hmm.
And then we just
Works.
kept the name. 'Cause,
Heck yeah.
Lore drop.
Lore drop.
Lord drop.
Oh, Lord
Speaking of drops, let's drop down this mine, baby.
Alright, is everyone back?
Ooh.
Yeah.
Right, if everyone's back, we'll do that. Alright, so
Ready to
you can
raid.
go to, you can stay on the floor you're on, you can go up to the offices and stuff floor above. You can go down to dig site 1, or you can go down to dig site 2. Where would you like to go?
I want to go straight to dig site 2, but I'm open if other people overrule me. So
I'm down for. That's what I was thinking. Deck side 2.
Let's
We
do
are
it.
on
Lulu.
that point. This is the guy just to reconsult the the what happens where, because I've just stopped
Oh
using it.
yeah.
I have to stop using it because I was the first few games we were running. I was using it like, oh no, right, okay, this is where I offered to go. Then I'm like, there's only 4 places you can go. I'll wing it if I have to. Just go anywhere
Yeah.
you want. But yeah. So that's fine. Cool. So where would you like to go? Sorry, do you want dig site 1, dig site 2, or the offices upstairs?
dig site 2.
Dig site
Dig site
2.
two, yeah.
Okay. Okay. So you head down the lift. You pass what looks like a quite large. Oh, yeah, that's fine. You pass Could you not, please? You pass another group of what looks like very angry miners, standing around a sort of area by the lift in dig site 1. And as you get into dig site 2, it's just a couple of miners just standing by the doorway that are just digging at the sort of mine entrance. So yeah, it just seems to be like a very large connection of tunnels here. So where would you? So you're on the floor itself. Where would you like to go from here?
Can we hear the riot still going on?
You can hear as you sort of stop and take a minute to listen, you can hear the riots or people complaining and striking on the floor above, and also you can occasionally just feel a little bit of warm air every so often, just coming from one of the tunnels.
Warm air?
It lasts about maybe 10-15 seconds and then stops. And then about another 10-15 seconds later it starts again. It's this continual feeling of warm, somewhat stagnant air. But still more sort of warm air every about 10 seconds, like a sort of waft of warmer air coming from one of the tunnels.
This ain't like one of those things like where you're like swimming with a bunch of people and then suddenly the water gets warm, where you gotta like be like, why'd that get warm?
Unk.
Hmm? I'm just saying. You know? Be cautious.
True. Do you want to see what's going on with the riots?
Is that in the floor above us?
That's the floor above you.
Yeah.
You can just hear it coming through.
I thought the riots were in dig site 2.
It seems
thought
that
so too.
there's evidence that there was riots here, but it seems to have all moved to the floor above.
They moved. Got it.
Okay.
Okay.
So is there like an area where like a riot took place that we could
You're
check out?
in an area where it's obvious people have been like trying to sort of all like there's obvious signs like 1 or 2 people have been trampled recently, like sort of that sort of blood stains and stuff of people who have been like shoved out the way for everyone to try and get quickly to the lift space.
Gotcha.
Well, should we follow the hot air?
Well, maybe we should ask the few miners that are still here.
Okay.
All right.
There's currently next to you. There's 2 dwarves and a quite large human with long white hair.
Oh. Excuse me. Excuse me. Do you have a moment?
The human stops and turns to you and goes, "Hey, can I help you?"
Yeah. So we were just wondering. We're new here in the mine, and we heard that there was something happening down here in dig site 2, but it seems it's above us now. Do you know what's happened?
Well, you know, they're just it's all right. Just you work where you feel comfortable working. It's no problem at all. Like I like working here. And he sort of gestures to this, and as he sort of turns around to look, the dwarf next to him just gives him a very annoyed side eye. And he's just like, "So I like working here because it's a nice little bit, and I've dug out this much graphite." And he shows you this like sack of graphite he's got with him, and he goes, "So I just put the bits the sort of shards I make, I put them in here, and then I hand them in at the end of the day, and it's all fine. But yeah, just you find an area that suits you to work, and then just work there. The advantage of working dig site 2 is, here it comes now," and you just hear this very distant moan along the air, just something kind of like a, but very, very faint. And he goes, "I see that. You can sing to that. It's wonderful."
Oh.
It
What
like
was
keeps
that?
you on the beat. That happens every so often. And the dwarf next to him again just keeps giving him this horrendous side eye.
Oh,
that the
so you
ghost?
sing?
Oh, I
To
love
the
to sing. And he belts out about several chords. He can't sing. He's very enthusiastic, but he can't sing. And as soon as he
Sounds
starts,
odd.
you notice the dwarves, the two on either side, try and stuff something more into their ears.
I'm gonna do that thing that people do when, like, I don't know what to call it, but essentially when you see someone that's like, oh, that guy, and then I give that look to the dwarf, like, oh, that guy, am I right? Like, what? To him to see, like, yeah, I hear you, I see you, I see you, bro. You want to talk? Kind of situation. Jerk my jaw in another direction.
The dwarf just kind of gives you a sort of, and he walks over towards you, and he just goes. As soon as you get slightly further away from everyone else, while the other human is is singing, the dwarf just goes, "Can you just please, no encourage him? We're stuck with him for 6 hours, and he won't shut up.
Ah, I see.
It's bad enough dealing with the bloody moaning, but now every time the moaning starts, he just starts singing about that bloody woman lying in her bed drinking cocktails, whatever the fuck it is he's singing about. Can he take it? He's got no talent. It's like being stuck with it's been stuck with a decaying budgie.
I look over at the human that is singing off key.
Oh, he's very off key. He's standing with his arms wide out, just belting this folk ballad out about this what was it? It was something like it's like Angela, everyone's favourite tavern wench or something like that. And he said, "Oh, you're back, are you?" He's back.
Sweet boy.
So yes, the dwarf is just like, "Could you just please? I'm here for 6 hours. I just want to dig my graphite. I don't want to deal with him."
Alright. Well, can you tell us anything about? Well, first of all, the moaning. What is that?
Oh, I don't know. It's something deep in the mine. It's been there going on for about 2 days now.
And got a question for you. I don't know if you heard of this lad. Was his birthday yesterday? 23 years old. He just turned. He made his way down into the mines. Do you know anything about that?
Is he dwarf lad or?
Dwarf, yeah.
Not that I'm aware. I did see a bunch of young'uns go take the lift further down, but I thought they were just, maintenance crew or something. They did seem a little bit sprightly, but...
Do they look like they had some of that, what's it called again? That, the mushroom ale?
Well, you can smell that a while away, so aye. They definitely did.
Okay. Sounds like them. Trying to serve everybody else.
Do you know any Leonard Skinner? I don't know who this bar wench is, but and people might have a better time if you were singing maybe some Leonard Skinner.
Yeah, he spends the next 20 minutes belting out Freebird.
I take it he's doing the guitar sounds, the solo with his mouth.
Yeah, he's going. Yeah, he's fully leaning into it, shirt off, going full hog.
Huh.
The dwarf, you can just see the dwarf next to him that's not talking to you is grinding his teeth, and he just watches one just splinters off.
Well, you know what? And Uncle Hank's just gonna kind of like slap his hand on the singing man's shoulder and just be like, I say this in the politest way possible. Don't quit your day job. Okay. You know.
And he just goes, well, what? Well, why would I? I could sing on my day job. It's fucking it's wonderful.
Well,
Where else can I get paid to sing all day? And the dwarf who's talking to you is just going, just find another place. Just find another place. And you just notice him just pick up his axe and start making his way further into the mine.
Well, you know, I was always told that you shouldn't sing in the dark because something might come out to steal your voice. But that's just me. And that's just how I was raised. But maybe I just sang as good as you.
You really going into this Appalachia. I love it.
So they went to floors below this one? They never mentioned any floors below
I
this
think
one.
they just went. I thought they just went deeper.
There is something beneath here. I don't know what it is, but there's something beneath here. I don't know if there's any dig sites or anything, but there is something beneath here. The lift still goes down, you know.
The VIP section.
Well, okay, well, maybe we've got some time before the next ring of the elevator. Maybe we should go see what this moaning is about?
Sure. Yeah.
Maybe it's causing all the hot air.
Yeah.
Because it's moaning.
Oh, I see.
You get it?
Do you?
I get it. I don't want to.
Sure.
Okay.
Because I could explain it.
No, I'll go, Hank. We're fine. I'm
Okay.
good.
All right.
Thank you.
All right.
He just starts trudging off.
Okay. So you head off along the tunnels. It's
Hey, we gotta follow.
Oh, yeah.
Thank you, Mizo.
thank you for the follow.
Ooh.
So you head along. They head down this tunnel. And what light sources do you have at the moment? Because it is very dark. Or what light sources are you using, as it were?
I have a torch. I have 2 torches, so if we need to split 2 and 2.
Might need to split. All I had is flint and tinder, which might help with lighting. But
I got some candles.
Okay.
so splitting the torch.
Yeah, let's save the candles because they might not last as long unless we need them for something. And then use the torches
Like
for now.
Like a birthday cake, yeah.
A birthday cake. Yes.
Very thoughtful. Extremely.
Thoughtful. Okay. Yeah, so let's light those torches and I'll hold one since I'm very tall. And then give the other one whoever wants it.
Alright.
I mean, the last time I held a firework, I blew off not my fingers, somebody else's fingers, but I'm technically banned from holding things on fire.
Okay.
All right.
Granny's gonna grab one of the torches and she'll take the lead headed down this tunnel.
Thank you, Granny.
Thank you, Granny.
I mean, I could have held it, but I'm
But
just
you
saying.
just said.
I mean, I know,
But you
but
just said.
But I didn't, I didn't want to not say that. That'd be like a lie of omission.
Uncle Hank.
What life do you live, man?
I put my jorts on like everybody else.
Mm-hmm.
One
You
cut
have
off
jorts?
pant leg at a time. I mean, not on me. They're back at home.
See. Okay.
Yeah. But don't worry, I'll get you the hookup.
Mm-hmm. Better.
So down this tunnel.
Alright.
Down this tunnel.
So you head down the tunnel. And you light your torches up and you head down the tunnel. The warm air is getting more lasting slightly longer the longer you go on. But eventually you come to this gigantic hall. Your light sources are not as illuminating as much as you'd like them to do. But as you walk around further, eventually you come to this huge room. And in the middle of the room, in a quite large pile, is these gigantic bones. They look like they're the bones of some kind of creature. Like, maybe not a dragon, but something about the size of a dragon. Something very large and relatively terrifying. But there's just this pile of dried bones.
Would I be able to figure out if they're a dragon? I'm gonna try and figure out if they're a dragon.
Okay.
Would that be lore or nature?
Just do general awareness. General awareness.
Okay. Oof. It is only a 9.
That's okay. So you pick up. Oh, the pain. You pick up the first bone to see in it. It's incredibly lightweight, and as you're slightly disturbed by the fact of how light it is, and you just turn it over in your hands, and as you go to just kind of like put it down, you sort of drop it, and you hear this crunch sound like you would hear if someone was breaking an eggshell. And as you look down, the bone has crumpled quite badly.
Oh,
Jesus
great that
Christ.
you bought it.
What do you? Oh God.
It's okay. My cousin's the snitch, not me.
Thanks. That's comforting.
Somewhat, yeah. Can I look into it too? I guess I'll do it as also a general awareness. I suppose.
General awareness. Yep.
I'm not that great at it. We'll see how we do here. It's meant to be. It's meant to be. It is not meant to be. I got a 3.
You just kind of look at the bone as well and just poke it with like a very sudden digit, and you just poke straight through the bone. It cracks like eggshell, and again.
For flavor, can I take out my dagger and poke it?
Yeah.
So like just.
You take out your dagger. You just puncture this bone. With your dagger, it just goes like straight through and just pull it out, and as you feel the wound, it's as thin as eggshell.
Trippy.
That's some weird bones, man. But I grew up around a block from a kid that said he had bird bones. Maybe it's like one of those things.
It's kind of reminding me of like, and maybe I'm jumping ahead here, but the dwarves in the infirmary were very light, lighter than they should be. And this shifts the already broken up bone around. This looks like it was a lot lighter than it's supposed to be too.
Well, don't bring nothing in, Could be, one time I like cracked open this old can and all this junk came kind of flying out. Oof, I woke up 3 hours later, could not remember a thing. So, just keep that in mind. Don't go breathing nothing in.
As you're looking over this bone, you're vaguely aware of a figure in the sort of edge of your periphery, just walking towards you. And as you sort of look up and sort of take more interest in what it is, you see a human walking over with a clipboard. And he gets close enough. He goes, "Oh, hello there. I see you must be the crew I've hired to get rid of this rubbish. I'm glad you finally came. It definitely clutters up the room. Doesn't look very nice at all to have all these old bones lying around. So if you could please get rid of them, that would be wonderful."
What are these bones?
Well, they're littering, of course. Some ancient creature has come and been so uncaring about this new dwarven venture, or this new elven venture, I should say, that they have left all this bone litter lying around. They might think, oh, it's bones, it will look good. No, it's still litter. It's all marked down here on my chart, and it all has to get shifted. So if you wouldn't mind,
where would
please
you be
take this to
dumping
the lift and dispose of it. Thank you very much.
We're actually not here for that. We're here for there's a sound that's scaring a lot of miners and causing some problems, and we're here to try and fix that problem.
You got like a prevert, right?
I
Rattling
see.
chains?
Well, I am a health inspector from the union. I'm here to make sure there are no hazards and problems. And I have found many hazards and problems. Many more than there should be.
Such as?
Well, first of all, you have the unsafe lift. It's very unsafe. You could fall off that very easily, especially you could fall into the hole with the lift. Oh, it's on every floor as well. That means I have to do all the paperwork in triplicate. Then you have this floor, which seems to have unprotected. No one has to wear safety gear. Can't have that any longer. That's definitely been a problem. And then we have these bones and all this litter. Then we have the flagstone problem on the floor. Then we have this strange moaning sound, which is obviously someone who's not paid attention to safety.
What's the flagstone problem?
There are many, many flagstones here that someone could easily trip and fall in. And he just gestures to some of the flagstones on the floor. Some are just blatantly missing, just from age. Like, some of these have definitely been up-moved. And I draw your attention to, and he gestures to one on the wall. On the wall, there's these ginormous claw marks, as if something is desperately trying to claw its way out. He goes, "This is unsafe. Look at these holes made. I don't think these were done with proper equipment. I think these all need to be filled in."
Yeah.
Do they look like they've been there for a while?
They look like they've been there for quite a while. Like something quite big, about the size of the bones, basically. It looks like it has tried to tunnel its way out, but it hasn't managed it.
Okay.
We can't be having this. It'll cause problems if we leave it. People won't want to come to a new mine if they see things like this on the wall.
Yeah, you gotta patch that up.
Whichever decorator they hired obviously is not with the times, as it were.
Yeah,
Was
throw
this-
bones around.
Were these bones not here before?
I've no idea how long either has been here, but both have to go. They're against health and safety.
Okay, well...
So then why would he think that it's like a style choice?
I think the elves just don't really care about learning about other people's culture.
Ah, okay.
Yeah.
It like says as you look at an elf who's like your friend. It's like, elves don't know nothing about culture. Avery nods in elf. I just smiled kindly and it's like, you really are bad at like not offending people.
I'm gonna go now. And she just kind of like goes to the edges to start inspecting the room and see if she can hear where this fucking moaning is coming from.
I'm not trying to offend people. I just am.
I just don't know how to.
Well, I say we go check out the prevert problem, and then on our way back, we can just go ahead and take these bones up out of your way.
Good. Well, I hope that you can take these away, and then everyone won't have to worry about them being a tripping hazard.
Well, they're more likely to just crunch them down. But sure, tripping hazard.
Right. Let's look for that moaning,
All right. You head through the door at the other end, and following again another About 5 minutes away, you eventually follow the path, and it leads to a sort of, well, it seems to be a dead end. But in the middle, as you get to the end of this corridor, there's what's quite obviously a wellway. That's as you get closer, the cover has been removed from it, and the warm air and moaning sound seems to be coming from very deep within it.
Oh, Zachariah's gonna.
As you get
peek.
close and you look into the wellway, all you hear is just really long and really drawn out moaning, and the warm air is just coming in. The warm air smells very, very stagnant.
Hello? Is anyone there?
After a very long time, you just hear a.
Oh.
I don't want to go down there.
What if it's not a ghost? What if it's someone who's hurt?
I know you're not doing this right now. I know.
No,
you're
I
not doing
agree.
this right now. Oh, God
I think
damn it,
somebody's
you
hurt
two.
down there.
What if it's a ghost? What if it wants to turn people into, like, age them exponentially?
Well, we got the doll.
Yeah, and we got Uncle Hank to tell him just die.
Yeah.
Just like
Be their mom.
Sakaria's gonna lean over and go, can you moan twice if you need help?
It's a very long, long gap, and then you hear.
Well,
they don't need help.
Huh. Shoot. I don't know if that's a. What if they're so hurt that they don't know what they're saying?
Oh my God.
It
I feel like I need to do something good. I've only been stepping in it all day.
It could also be a really squeaky door down there.
That responds
At the
to prompts?
What if it's snoring?
Oh.
Are you asleep down there? Moan twice if you are. Points in the direction with his dagger. Like just.
Again, the moaning just continues very randomly between 1 and 3 minutes.
Okay.
Is there
Let's go-
anything like interesting about this area? Are there any markings? Does it look like there's been a struggle?
The well itself looks a lot older than anything else you've seen down in this level of the mine.
Well, let's see how far it is. Is there a rock around here?
Yeah, there's rocks lying around.
I'm just gonna pick up this rock and we'll just toss it in, and then you gotta
Yep.
listen for the splish splash.
You chuck the rock in. There's absolute silence for about a minute, and then there's the sound of something very, very distant hitting the ground.
Oh.
Yeah, I'm not doing that.
Down.
Oh. That's really.
Like, wasn't there a tale about going into a well and getting trapped and turning old?
Yeah, the person who fell in the well and became part of the roots
Mm-hmm.
of the mother.
Like my
mother-
friend on their couch.
Yes, like your friend on the couch, but
Had to
there
get that
wasn't anything
specifically
about
removed.
people above it. Is it perhaps a spirit that's been disturbed? But it doesn't look like this cave has been open for more than, what they've already told us.
Well, they said this started like a few months ago, right?
Yeah.
Like,
Yeah.
and like he starts pacing. So it happened a few months ago. The grandfather sold the place very suddenly after hearing some news from one of the youngins about this place, right? And sold it immediately to the elves and decided that it was going to be the elves' problem, whatever that was. That's what I'm assuming happened. And the elves were able to deal with it for a little bit, and then they couldn't anymore. But everyone's still mining here, and people are going missing and or aging rapidly. So whatever, this is just a theory, points like heavily with their dagger down the way where the where the was it the wellway is? It's like whatever it is might have something to do with that.
Uncle Hank, while they were talking, has been picking up more rocks and throwing them down the well.
Again, after about a minute, they just all sound that they're hitting the ground somewhere very, very far below.
Like, eventually these rocks will just fill it in. I say we just fill it in. Problem solved. You don't gotta hear no moaning. That prevert's in a sort of jail. And then we go all about our way. Go dump some bones.
Well, we can
Granny,
put the lid back on, right?
You can
Oh,
put the lid back on.
there's a lid.
What about the lid? What happened with the lid?
Will one of you young people help me put this lid back on?
Sure.
I
I'll
would
help.
be honored.
Okay. You set the torches down to put the lid back on. You pull the lid back over top of the wellway. The moaning immediately is substantially quieter.
Yeah.
See, there we go.
There we go. Solved. Let me put some more rocks on it just in case.
Is it solved?
Is it solved
it's
just
still
like that?
There. What if someone takes the lid off
rocks
again?
are on top of it. Why would they move the lid if the rocks are on top of it?
While that is sound logic, I have a feeling that they would be trying to beautify this place, and I don't think they like this very much. But what if this leads to one of the floors below?
What?
How do you propose that we get down there?
There's the lift, but we still have time to wait. But I feel like the closer we get down, we just need to have a plan. We don't even know what we're up against.
Well, whatever we're up against, like I feel like just kind of what you're implying, I suppose, going in blind about it isn't really gonna help anything.
Yeah.
All we know is that people get terrified and get locked into fear. Maybe it only works on dwarves, though.
Oh, but then what happens to
that
all
weirdo human had the white hair, the one who was killing Leonard Skinner?
Well, like humans age differently. Like
Don't I know it?
it could be that like it could be they're aging into dust before dwarves or elves do.
Or they're turning into mushrooms.
Looks a little horrified at that thought. It's just like, oh, I just ate a whole bunch of mushrooms.
You are what you eat. That's what my dad always said before he left for milk.
he became milk?
No, he.
No, he went to go get milk, and then he just like never came back. I don't know. Real weird.
So, what are we doing then? Are we gonna go to the lower levels and find out exactly what's causing this and potentially be in the same boat as everybody in the infirmary, or what?
I was gonna ask, Granny, do you have any way of identifying ghosts other than your doll?
Oh, well, I got a whole bunch of stuff in my bag. Can I roll Arcana to come up with some sort of like ghost communication scrying ritual.
Sure.
Ooh.
That is an 18.
Awesome.
Okay. So you spend about 10 minutes like making something up on the wall. So you sort of like, you know, the ghost can interact with if there's a ghost around. And you basically just, after a while, just start. So it's basically now made that anyone can now interact with it to try and talk to any ghosts that are actually around. What would you like to do?
I think she's going to set some mood lighting, and I'm going to take out the 6 candles that I have in my bag and kind of set them around. And light them real quick, and then she's going to stand before the wall where she's got her little scrying set up. Oh, spirits, I know you're here. Speak to us from the beyond. Use this device that I have made for you and tell us what you want.
How would they interact with the device if they were going to? What would they do? Is it like a Ouija board thing? Is it like a directional thing? What
Yeah,
kind of
so
thing is it?
she's like fixed a mirror to the wall. She's like wedged it in between a couple of rocks that are right there on the wall. And with some chalk, she's drawn on the face of it they're basically just kind of yes or no questions at this point.
Okay.
And then she's tied an iron nail to a string and like dangled it off of the mirror so that the nail could like almost like a pendulum go
Right,
where
okay.
it needs to
Pendulum.
go.
Yep. Okay. So, what are you going to ask it?
Are you here with us?
The nail swings almost very enthusiastically towards the yes.
Ooh.
I'm sorry. I was picking something out of my nail. What happened?
Oh my god.
The ghost is here.
Oh.
Do you need help?
The nail swings thoroughly towards no.
Oh.
Oh, are you in the well?
It swings towards no again.
Oh.
Who are you? All right, this is a yes or no situation. Okay. Did you used to mine here?
Swings towards yes.
When did you die?
No.
Oh, fuck. Okay, I'm sorry. I know. I hate it. Oh, he's like, right.
It's spinning in circles now. It's a bit like trying to answer you but can't.
This isn't helpful for you. I know this. Okay, hold on.
Did you die recently?
Yes. Did you die recently?
It swings towards yes.
Oh.
Are you angry at the elves for taking over?
Swings to no.
Oh.
Are you a dwarf?
Swings to yes.
Are you grandfather?
Swings to no.
Are you a youngin?
Swings to no.
Were you killed in the stampede?
Swings to no.
Were you killed by the ghost? Or if you are not the ghost, were you killed by something in the mines? Or were you killed... You know what? Were you killed by something in the mines?
Swings to yes.
Okay.
Yes. Was it that thing with the oh, yeah, go ahead.
Was it mother?
Swings to no.
Was it was it that big thing with the bones, like that's down the hall?
No.
No.
Do you know what's down the well?
Yes.
Can you show us?
No.
Interesting.
Would we die if we try and interact with it?
Several times to yes.
Oh.
Oh.
Okay.
Does it rapidly age you?
Swings to yes.
Okay.
Oh.
Was it the mining that woke it?
It pauses for a second and then swings to yes more timidly.
Oh.
Are you not sure if that's the only reason that it started?
Swings to yes.
Okay.
Hmm.
Maybe that's why Grandpappy wanted to sell it, make it somebody else's problem.
So maybe, like, during the mining, maybe something happened that's not just the mining.
Oh, is it the mushrooms?
It's a sort of pause of just thing, and then a very swing towards nose, and kind of like, wait, what?
Have you
Worth a shot.
noticed more mushrooms than usual in the caves before?
It very slowly swings towards yes, and then sort of swings back and forth to yes, really like slowly, as in kind of like, yes.
Yeah.
Huh.
Like it realized something kind of situation? Okay.
Did this mountain used to be known for mushrooms?
No.
No.
Oh.
Maybe something at the bottom of the well was released and the mushrooms started popping up. And they're
Well,
doing something.
Someone's got to
that
know
means rot.
usually, but it's not a normal rot. Something else must have happened, not just the mining. Like, not just the sale. Something happened 6 months ago. And no one seems to know. Or at least we're not asking the right person.
Well, I mean, you know, from my knowledge of like foraging and stuff, mushrooms, you know, if you want to grow them, you need like spores and stuff. Maybe they like release some spores.
That's a good point.
Actually, can I use my foraging to look for some of these mushrooms?
Mm-hmm. You can, yes.
Okay.
I'll do that too.
Okay.
What is that?
I got an 18.
I also got an 18.
You look around. You find buried in the sort of ground. You sort of move a couple of layers of dirt, and you find several huge clumps of mushrooms. And as you pick them up, they seem to be attached to bones.
Oh my god.
Well, call me a pig, 'cause I found some truffles.
Knuckle, hey, don't touch those. Can I use nature to figure out what the fuck kind of mushrooms these are?
You can, yes.
It's another 18.
You're not familiar with these exactly, but they are quite obviously tainted of some kind. The fact that they've got a very sickly green glow to them.
Hold on, let me look at what I got. Can I use Arcana to find out how it's been tainted?
You can, yes.
Okay, hold on.
Either Arcana or Nature, whichever you'd rather.
Okay. Which one? I'll just stick with Arcana. I got a 15.
50. There's definitely something that they're absorbing. It seems that the bones being so light makes it easier for the mushrooms to absorb certain types of stuff.
There's a they're absorbing something from a host, and if the bones, I don't know what kind of bones they are. Like, is it look like human or
Those
dwarf
ones you
shaped?
found,
Or...
those ones definitely look human.
Okay. like it's probably absorbing maybe life force or energy from a host.
All right, so this thing is growing mushrooms off of people. People are picking them mushrooms, putting it in the ale that everyone's drinking.
Mm-hmm.
We drank people ale. We drank people ale. And she's just gonna kind of like lean to the side and just like.
Well, I mean, technically, we ate mushrooms that were eating people.
Well, but that's what I mean. So if
kind
it's
of
absorbing the properties and it ages people rapidly and people drink the ale, that's why they're aging rapidly.
It's kind of like a weird weird arcanic ecosystem of sorts.
All right, well, we got to get back up top and tell people about this.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I say they seal it all up, start digging somewhere else.
The when you say that, the thing swings to yes over and over and over again.
Oh, okay. All right.
So seal it up.
Seal it
Okay.
up. Okay, let's just tell them
You
they
know-
gotta back it up and.
Is that why? And I'm gonna ask the thing before we start heading up or packing up. Is that probably why your like grandfather sold it? You think that might be why?
It sort of spins in a circle for a while, as in it's kind of not sure how to respond, and then kind of and then timidly again goes to yes.
Okay. Unsure, but feeling like, all right, thank you.
All
I
right.
wish I knew your name, but hopefully
Thank
you can
you, spirits.
rest.
We will carry on the message.
And against every fiber in her being, because she has a feeling these elves will not believe them, she's gonna try and take one of the bones that has the mushrooms growing out of it.
Mm-hmm.
And
Oh,
like,
wait, here, I got a bucket. You can put it in the bucket.
oh, okay. It's just gonna drop it in there and really wants to scrub every part of her and in between all her scales.
Mm-hmm. That's fair.
That's valid and fair.
All right. Well,
All right. As you walk back towards the lift, you all you make it back to the lift itself, and as you sort of glance at each other, you notice, apart from Granny, obviously, which is very difficult to notice any kind of sense of aging, but the rest of you all have a very slight, like, grey, just one or two hairs, one or two bits that are just slightly more grey than they were the 6 hours ago. There's
Ruh-roh.
definitely some kind of aging discoloration happening.
I think it's distinguished.
There's nothing wrong with it.
It's
It's okay.
just what happens.
It's what happens. It's okay.
But I don't want to
Now I
be
can
a white. I don't want to be a white dragonborn.
But you will look so cool.
Think of it as an experienced dragonborn.
Exactly. Yeah.
so we don't know if it's permanent.
Yeah, it could be because we're close to a source. It might be causing the aging the further we go down.
My family's gonna hate me.
Oh, what? No, stop it.
Uncle Hank, kind of like flips his hair and he's like, I for one am excited for my silver fox era.
Exactly.
Alright. You spend the next about hour or so consoling those that need it about the concept of turning grey, and then the horn goes. Where would you like to go? You can go up to Dig Site 1, you can go up to the infirmary and so on, you can go up to the offices, or as you're debating where to go, you notice a dwarf with two large barrels descending downwards in the lift.
2 barrels heading downward, you said?
Mm-hmm. He's got a cart with him with 2 large barrels on with him.
Oh.
Can we tell what's in... Go ahead.
I was gonna say, is that some of that mushroom drink?
It doesn't smell like mushroom drink from where you are. And on the side of the barrels, it looks like it's marked like powder.
I'ma stop him. Like, I slide to a halt, and I stop, and I say, hold on.
Let's throw that down the well.
Can I help you?
What are you doing, Dad?
He sort of, you're in the middle of the lift, just descending down at this point, but he just takes a bit of paper out of his pocket and he goes, "Hey, you see this map here?" And he shows you a map of the mine, and he goes, "I've been hired to look into this bit," and he sort of pokes a tubby finger at the bottom, where it says the words bedrock in big letters, and he goes, "No dwarf mine's going to be this shallow, so I've been hired to go and look at this bedrock, as it were, and find out what's actually down there, because that's no right."
Right, and you're going to look into it by... points to
Well,
the
if
barrel.
it's blocked by, if it's not bedrock, I'm going to blast it open. If it is
Cool.
bedrock, I'm going to blast it open.
Oh my god. I was like, okay.
I'm
told
literally
you?
hired to blast it open.
I know. I get it, buddy. To blast it open. I get it. Okay. How about this? You come with us. We found out that there might be something down there that's killing people by taking their youth. Please don't blast it open. For like 6 hours. Can you do that for me? Just...
I've been paid to get this done as soon as possible. Where is it you're going to?
We're going to the... I think we're going to the offices, right? Talk to them about it, or where we're
Well,
going.
let me at least leave the barrels on the bottom floor, and I'll head up with you. So he it's basically because you're already down there anyway. You're down at a very sort of pitch black mine. So he wheels his cart with the 2 barrels off, and he climbs back on the lift, and the lift goes along and goes back up again. So a couple of seconds later, you're sort of passing everyone else. Are you still heading up to the top floor then?
Yes.
Yes. Okay.
Yeah.
Oh, and we're about to get ads as well. So we will do the ads and then we will carry on from there. So if anyone needs to do anything or sort anything, they're going to be on the ad screen in about 5 seconds. So if you need to take 2 minutes to sort yourselves or anything like that, please do so now. I will hit the ad screen. Again, they can still hear you, but it just says the advert screen. So I'll bring the cat of technical difficulties back. Where is he? There he is. So we brought the cat of technical difficulties back. We are still going to be here. We're just going to wait for the adverts to be done before we start. They should be starting any second now. You definitely can't hear me. Wonderful. Oh no, you should be able to hear me. Snowball's showing up fine. I think everyone else, I don't know what else is talking, so maybe that's why.
Heck.
There we go. So yes, we will carry on, and once Twitch decides to put the adverts in, so there we go. The adverts are now in.
They're starting. Starting.
But yes, the adverts are now on. So yeah, if you need to take any time, take it now. Hopefully we'll carry on after. Hopefully we are getting into... I have a feeling we're getting into the sort of end bit, so this should hopefully be the final hour. But you enjoying it so far?
Yeah.
Good.
I loved stepping in it.
Yeah.
It was really funny.
It's like every single time I'm just all like, okay, let's be descriptive. Fucked it up. Like,
It was perfect for the character. I loved it. It's like, you know how elves can be, says with
To the
pointy
elf.
ears and a very sarcastic smile. Yeah, I do.
in the eye.
It was perfect.
Sorry. Bit of a yawn.
It's alright. But yes, it's going well. I think apart from the considering the hour of technical difficulties, I think we're getting through stuff relatively fast. Though
Yeah.
I will definitely say that you, as usual, are one of the more examine things group that we have. So that's why it's taking a little bit longer. But yeah, that's how the thing is. Like as I said, if you want to examine things, your group will take longer, but you'll get more detail. There is more story there. It's just all about how much you want to uncover.
The investigations. That's what we do.
I need to touch it.
I need to know what's going on. Tell me
coming
more.
to the
What does that mean? I was a big fan of Sam pretending to be mother and did not expect, oh yeah, you did so well that you were mother and it killed them. Like, I was like,
2 people.
Again, was not me. 'Twas not I.
'Twas mother.
it was mother.
Just serving mother too hard.
Too hard.
Merc bitch.
That's fine. If anyone who's listening along is not following the wonderful Lupine, you should follow Lupine. Lupine does a lot of solo TTRPGs. So yeah, follow Lupine.
Ooh.
I mean, people are in adverts, so maybe they've not heard me. This is back from ads. So, as before, I just said, if anyone is not following Lupine, you should all follow Lupine. Lupine is wonderful. They do a bunch of solo RPGs. They are more than worth your time. If you like RPGs, you will more than love everything Lupine does.
What's the last solo RPG you did? If you don't mind me asking.
What was the last one you did, Lupine? Can't remember. I think
Oh, fun.
Oh, Lupine is...
I'll come haunt you.
Oh, come on, you. Alright, let's go back to the other screen. Renegade. Okay. I'm trying to remember which one Renegade was. I know you did the bird western ones. They were great.
Ooh.
Anyway.
Can you hear my partner screaming, laughing downstairs?
I thought that was a dog.
No, that's Adam being unnaturally loud as always. Jesus fucking Christ. Sorry, y'all.
Oh, Adam.
Alright, we good?
Yeah.
Is Cassie back? It's the only one I've not heard talk.
I'm not back yet. Okay. We shall wait.
We will give her another minute or two. Yeah, we'll just say at this point you are going up to the offices, yeah? I remember Cassie's talking a while actually, never thinking about it.
Where are you?
Maybe if I made a proper
I'm
emergency.
so sorry. Don't waste your time on me. You're already a voice inside my head.
Where are you?
Thank you.
Sorry. The
No, you're
dogs were
fine.
just like not cooperating with me at all.
It's fine, as I said, just make sure you're alright. Alright.
Yeah, I expect to be back a lot sooner.
Yeah, fine. Alright, cool. So yes, you're going up to the offices, yeah?
Yes.
Okay, so
Yeah.
you head all the way back up to the top floor. Let me just double check. I need to make there's nothing I need to include for this. We are on that one. That's fine. Yep, that's fine. Cool. Alright. Oh, I forgot I did that, which got rid of my vision. There we go. That should be back. Yep. Cool. So you step off on the top floor. It's relatively quiet. It seems a lot of people have sort of gone home for the day. But your dwarf friend who you've just met, and just goes, "Alright, well, come this way." And he takes you up the stairs to the office, and he chaps on the door. There's immediately no response, and he just goes, "Fuck's sake, it's Bertie, open the door!" And after a couple of seconds, an elf, a very sort of timid-looking elf, opens the door. And he goes, "Aye, we've got a meeting with the master." And as he sort of walks past the timid elf, he walks up and he sort of chaps on another door. And the door is opened by a very extravagant-looking elf. And he goes, "Hello, what can I help you, Bertie? You seem to be, I thought you were going down to explode the bedrock." "Aye, but, yeah, you've got, some folk who are meeting with you." "Oh, well, hello, everyone. I hope I bid you welcome to the mine. I am Lilith Sparkle Sky. I am the owner of the Sparkle Sky Mining Corporation, otherwise known as this wonderful mountain here in Bricquemynydd, and I bid you welcome. What is it you wish to discuss? Is it some sort of proposition, or what is it you are going?"
I'm gonna say a warning, and I turn to, I'm so sorry, Psychoria? I feel really bad. Psychoria, I was right, okay. I turn to Psychoria, and I gesture to show the bone with the mushrooms growing out of it.
It's in my bucket. Here it is.
Oh, it's in the bucket. I was like, so I do gesture to Psychoria, and then the bucket's produced, and I was like, oh, right, yeah, it's in a bucket. Something is draining the life force out of people working down there, and I think it is probably in that bedrock area. And I don't think it's a wise decision to poke around there, because it seems like whoever goes down there just ages or dies.
The elf sort of strokes his chin a little bit, and he looks at the dwarf and goes, "Bertie, what have you heard anything about this that it could possibly be?" "Oh, we've got a bot in chat." "No, we don't want to see you naked, bot, because it's just ones and zeros, and that's not very interesting."
Thank you, Mott. Appreciated.
Call me later, bot.
Mm-hmm. But yes, he goes, "Bertie, what is it you've heard anything about this? Do you know anything?" Well, I've not heard anything about stuff eating people." He sort of looks at you sort of hold up the bucket with the bone in it, and then he sort of walks up and he just picks the bone by the end and just pulls it out, and he goes, "What's this? This sort of fake bone you've got here, and it's got a mushroom attached to it. What's going on with this?"
It's not a fake bone. It is draining the force as well as the mass of people. There are people that are a lot lighter coming up too.
He just
This is just an
squeezes the
example.
bone, and it just crumples really easily under his hands. He goes, "This is fake though, right?"
No, it's not.
It came from down a dig site soup, I think. Yeah? Dig site soup.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Ah, well, I've not seen anything like this before. What do you think?
Well, we talked to the ghost or whatever, and they were like,
You talked to a ghost?
Yeah, there's a
Right.
ghost
yeah,
wandering.
we
What,
telephoned them.
how did you talk to some ghost? What did you do? Did you have a small tea party? What went on here?
I mean, sort of. But no, I did a seance ritual, and we summoned the ghost, and the ghost answered questions for us.
Oh, I see. Well, what did you ask it? Did you ask, what is my card? I mean, what kind of thing is this? What kind of spectacle do you take me for? What is this? You can't just barge in here and tell me to stop my my expansion of my mind just because of some namby-pamby ghost.
I'm sorry, what's your name again?
Spickle Spangle.
My name is Lilith Sparkle Sky.
You have no right to say that then.
We were actually hired by the union.
Yes, you were.
To find
You were
out
hired
more
by
from-
my union. I own this
to
mine.
find out.
Okay, well then you hired us to do this.
I hired them to get rid of the ghost. I didn't hire them to go have a tea party with it.
Why do you think we were supposed to get rid of the ghost if we don't know what the ghost wants?
I don't know. That's why
It's
I hired
basic
you.
ghost. It's
That's
Ghost
why I-
101.
That's why I'm paying
So
you.
why are you not listening to the experts that you have hired, sir?
That is why I am paying you the gold to get rid of the ghost. Because I do not know how, but you do.
Well, my suggestion is that you got a mold problem. Okay?
A mold problem.
Yeah. And that mold is going to be eating
You,
all these people.
you suddenly just got a bit quieter, by the way. There we go.
Is
You're
that
back.
better?
You're back again.
Oh,
Yeah.
okay.
So this mold problem you probably got here, it's gonna be eating away at stuff, and you know that's what happened to my cousin with his trailer. Ate away at the floorboards, and then he done fell through them. So you know, I'm just saying you're gonna be having a lot more probably financial troubles if you do not cease and desist.
Where are you gonna find more people going missing?
So what you're telling me is that people will go missing if I continue to expand my mind.
Or
Did you
I
not
get
find it suspicious at all when the dwarves sold you this mountain, something that goes completely against their family lineage?
No, well, I mean, I have known the great grandfather Bannock for a long time. It is we used to play chess with each other. That is how we know each other.
Well, he seemed really, really keen on selling this place once
Well,
he found out something.
He just knew
And we
that,
think it's this.
He just knew he was about to die, and his eldest was a young fool. He thought it best to sell to me.
The youngest, not the oldest?
Well, his eldest was a young fool. His eldest was a young fool. Either way, they're all fools.
Uh-huh.
You know, I don't like to look a gift chipmunk in the mouth, but sometimes the floorboards are rotten, and you're getting sold a not too good deal.
Listen, we got the best deal we could possibly get. We got a mine full of graphite that I can farm out for my own uses and for the use of all my people. We could all have little pencils. We could all be happy.
But if something's down there that is going to, if you go further down and blow it up, like looks at the dwarf that had bought the barrels down, then there might be a chance that it gets worse. And quickly, too. Are you okay with that? Are you going to be okay with that? That many people's lives on your hands?
I mean, how bad could it really be?
How many people have gone missing and how many people have been in the infirmary?
Well, you know what, infirmary is just for people who have mind collapses all the time. I've been told this by the Bannock family
Not
for the
just
longest
mind
time.
collapses, rapidly aging and not being able to get up. Being shocked into a fearful stupor and dying because they see the mother.
He sort of looks at you and he sort of tilts his head a little bit and going, are you being serious right now? What is this about the
Extremely.
mother that you're talking about? What is this? Like this is big joke, you know. You're from the dwarf. You're trying to get the mine back. No.
Listen, Star Sparkle, whatever the fuck your name is. Like, I'm trying to make sure that you don't make a big mistake.
Have you not seen any of the dwarves in your infirmary? Have you not seen how all of them are blubbering underneath their beds, just unable to do anything?
My experiences of the dwarves as they are as especially as they get older, they just retreated to themselves.
But they're not old. There was one who literally his birthday was he turned 23 yesterday. This is not a joke. And at this point, she's gonna stand at her full height, and she's like getting kind of like all of her frills. She's like kind of expanding them a little bit and walking up and being like, "If you don't believe me, do you want to go down the hole with us and check it out?"
We should take him to the well.
Let's go to the well.
brings himself up. He goes, you know what? Sure, let us go down this hole of yours and find what is wrong. At this point, the dwarf goes, I don't know if you want to do that, Chief. I mean, as much as you know, you put it bluntly, you're no built for the working places.
Oh, come on. He's a softie. Come on, Twilight Sparkle. And I push him. I grab him by the wrist. I was like, come on.
And you drag him with you. You drag him to the elevator.
Yeah.
The elevator is the hole is just a massive hole at this point. He goes, well, I guess we are waiting for the elevator. It's going to be a while before it is here. So what exactly are you going to show me down in this hole of the mine?
Well, we're going to go down to apparently the bedrock, since you want to see what the problem is, and we're going to find out exactly what's at the bottom of that well that's been cursing all of your workers that you don't seem to care about at all because of your little fancy pencils.
You see, it's the worst. They're just complaining about nothing. They just want their mine back. They're not even going to use it. They're going to just sit in it and do nothing. Come on. You must understand where I am as a financial investor.
All of the ancestry, all of the hoarding of wealth is just kind of like prickling at her senses. And she's like, don't talk to me about keeping shiny things. I know what you are. And you're no one. You will be no one.
So after gentle, light verbal sparring for several hours, the horn goes and the lift starts up. And he steps onto the lift with you.
I say, if you don't believe us, eat this mushroom.
Well, I'm sorry.
It'll put hair on your chest.
I am a pure vegetarian. I don't eat anything that is even remotely alive, like that.
Oh, you
Okay, well, I got bad news about being a vegetarian then.
I eat a strict diet of mostly, bread. Bread.
Oh, okay.
But yes, he stands in the lift. Where do you want to take him down to?
We could have just pushed him.
We could have just pushed him.
You know what?
Can't
Are we
push him
going
if
to the
you want.
bedrock? I think are we going to go to the bedrock?
Yeah,
Is this like a...
Either the bedrock or we just take him to the well and remove the lid and
well
push
is
him there.
The well is dig site
Oh,
2.
yeah.
The bedrock is the floor below that. Where would you like to go?
Or we can take him to the riot and let them know what he thinks.
Ooh, I like that one.
Take him to the people.
Take us to the people.
The people. Where are the people? Are they in Dig Site 1?
People are let me just check. People are in dig site 2 at the moment. They're complaining loudly in dig site 2.
Okay, yeah, let's go to 2 then.
Dig Site 2.
Okay.
And then we could just push him down the well.
Yeah.
You take the lift down.
Mm-hmm.
As you pass several floors, he just kind of goes, look at these lazy dwarfs just lying around doing nothing. Why do you worry about these people? They're just lazy bastards. They're not doing anything.
I dare you. Eat the mushroom. Eat it.
I mean,
What is it, that thing you said that one time? I triple dog dare you.
There it is.
Come on, put some hair on your chest.
What is this thing you talk about with a third dog? What is this? I don't understand.
I don't understand it either, but it means if you don't do it, you're a bitch.
and that's what you're gonna get labeled as.
You're gonna
That's
get
like
bitch.
Snarling at this point.
Your progeny are gonna be labeled as that.
Dare call Lilith Sparkle Sky a bitch?
Yes.
You know what?
Yes.
Comes with this. Give that here. He just grabs it from you and he goes, how hard can it be? And he just bites it. See, I'm a... What? And as you stop at Lakeside 2, he looks quite spaced and then just starts running straight into the darkness.
Oh, is it an acid trip?
Oh wait, no, hold on. That's not the lesson I wanted him to. Wait! And she's gonna go running.
No, hang on. No, we're gonna let this man go in there and be humbled.
Yeah. Let him be humbled.
He's on a journey. We cannot interrupt it. This is...
Hopefully the journey kills him.
Okay. The left is still moving if you want to change where you want to go, or you want to get off at Lakeside 2 and look for him.
Let's leave.
Okay.
Let's let the people know and get the fuck out of here.
Okay. So you take the lift back up to the first floor, where people are beginning to arrive at the offices. Are you going?
Is there like a PA system of some sort?
Not really, no. But there is a lot of people standing around waiting for the lift at this point.
Oh, so they're all right in front of us,
Yeah.
kind of.
Yes.
You're taking the
Okay.
last kind of lift back up, so there's a lot of people who missed the lift. They're still going to wait around for a while.
What should we tell them?
Uncle Hank is gonna turn his bucket over now that it's empty of bone and mushroom, and he's just gonna slap it a bunch of times to make like a loud sound to get people to look over. All right, folks. All right. We're health inspectors, and this is not a healthy mine.
At this point, on one side, you just hear a voice going, "Health inspectors. I'm a health inspector. Where's your clipboard?"
It got eaten by mushrooms.
And that's the point we want to make. These like very adamantly puts a finger up.
A lot of just gasping and
there are mushrooms that are taking life forces and causing rapid aging. A lot of the dwarves in your infirmaries are evidence of that, and it will get worse if you dig deeper. So please, I implore you, go home. Take a step back until things get figured out.
There's a
Your
reason
brave and valiant boss went running off to find out more information about it.
Absolutely.
But should
he win.
he not
Head first.
return, I think he would have signed the mine over back to the dwarves to whom it belongs.
We are witnesses
Agree.
to that.
So they're health inspectors, and I'm an attorney.
Yep.
Yes.
okay. So are you trying to convince him to sign the mine back over to the dwarf?
Yes.
Oh no, that guy's dead. But we're just saying, if he never comes back, I mean, it's theirs again.
Ownership returns to the dwarves.
Yes.
Just if you get it back, don't go past. Just don't stop drinking the mushroom ale. Stop making the mushroom ale. I know you guys like it, but it's bad, and you're drinking and eating the corpses of your friends who have died in the mines. So
Yeah, I would get a druid specialist in here to like check that out if you want to get really thorough with it. I wouldn't recommend it anymore. Look at me, and I point to my hair. It's starting to that was starting to gray a little bit. And I'm like, I
He
didn't
was an
have
infant
this.
when we went in there.
Excuse me.
Yeah.
Okay. Whoa. Hello. I am not an infant. I'm 120. Relax.
I know. Now you are. But when we went in the mine, you were not.
That's not how elves work.
Shut up and agree with me, Sonny.
Yeah. Yes. Yeah. I was a baby.
There's there's a lot of debate going on amongst the crowd. The crowd all seem quite agitated, and eventually you just hear one voice jump up from the darkness going, but if we continue working, will we still get paid?"
No.
And there's immediately lots of grumbling, very loudly. And then there's another voice shouts out, "But if we don't get paid, should we? But if we, how do we get paid then?"
You go work somewhere else.
Would you prefer to die?
Well, I mean,
Go work somewhere else.
Well, you know, the boss man's gone, so why don't you just go into his office and, you know...
Oh, pay yourselves.
Pay yourselves.
Yeah.
Get your own severance.
And
Go to
then
the next
get the
thing.
heck out of here. Because
You,
this is nasty.
You put this thought into their mind as you get on the train to leave. There's a full riot going. All the miners are now storming the offices to try and get the pay. There's a full, nearly French riot, as in if there was a guillotine that could get wheeled out, it would. Nobody is very content with what's going on. And as you ride the train out of there, everything seems to be, yeah. New management looks like it's upcoming very, very soon.
So you're saying we survived?
We
Or is the train
survived.
about to explode?
Are we gonna
Yeah.
explode? Or
You
are we
take
survived?
the train. Take the train
Oh,
back
no.
to the village.
Oh no.
You spend the next couple of weeks just sort of, it's fine. Then suddenly, as you're sort of sitting enjoying a relatively quiet afternoon, you look up, and as you look up, there's a sort of sound. You're confused, and as you just stare at the sun, you just see the sun just burst in this fantastical fireworks style display.
Ooh.
As about 8 to 10 minutes later, it starts getting cold and dark and darker and darker and oh, so cold. You have not saved the world.
Gosh darn it!
Look, but we lived is the thing for a
we
while
lived
anyway.
for like a while, and I'm proud of that at
You
the very
did.
least.
You lived for several weeks after, which is more
That's
than some.
progress for us.
Yep.
We're getting
So-
better.
And we caused a capitalist riot.
You did.
Love that for us.
Hell
You
yeah.
did. You did. So
We seized the means of production.
Mm-hmm.
Progress.
You brought
not
the
perfection.
proletariat. You brought down the
Yeah.
proletariat. But yes, you may not have saved the world, but folk can come listen to your wonderful podcast, which I have been a follower and patron of for a while because I am a massive fan of it. But I will let you do the plugs for it. So, who are you and what do you guys do? Starting with Cassie.
We are the lovely Craftians. Hi, I'm Cassie. I was playing Granny Smith Apple, who, you know, communes with spirits and is a Marxist. So that's fun. I'm the game mistress for the lovely Craftians. We are an all femmes and thems tabletop group. We originally started with Call of Cthulhu, and for this season we have been playing Brindlewood Bay, and it's been very fun. I've been enjoying it immensely. You can find us on any of the podcatchers or social media at Lovely Craftians. No, it's not an Etsy store, but it does sound like one. Yeah, I think that's what we got so far.
Yeah. Oh, and every Monday you can catch us doing spooky games on our Twitch.
Yeah.
Yes, Macabre Monday, where one of the lovelies plays a horror game and the rest of us watch and make it worse. Slash better.
It does
Slash
feel
it's
kind
not
of
Slash
worse and
LC,
better
it's
at the
just
same
LC.
time.
My bad.
And right now we're doing the quarry. Ooh.
Yeah, I'm playing the court. I'm the one at the helm this time, and I am terrified, but they do make it better more than they don't. Like, they still scare the shit out of me sometimes at the wrong moments, but that was what
Something
makes
behind
it
your
lovely.
shoulder right now.
But yeah, so whoever wanted to go next.
Yeah. Just think it's it. Let me just think. Ambrose, do you want to do other plugs for things you do?
Oh, hi. Yes, hi. I'm Ambrose. I go by any all pronouns. I am the creative director and founder of Other Sider Studios, where we tell horror tales of heartache, woe, tragedy, as well as we do mystery and investigation. We are currently running the Melancholy We Weave, which is using the Quietus system. Which is a GM and max of 2 players. So that is about melancholic horror, and we are going to be streaming that Wednesday, every Wednesday until 10 chapters pass. So please check it out on our Twitter or our YouTube. And of course, I am playing Muriel for the lovely Craftians. I am so glad to be playing with these lovely people. And cannot wait to find out what's going on with that. And I love playing this game too. Brindlewood Bay. It's so good. So yeah, this is me.
Yeah.
All right. Sam, you got anything else to plug?
No, I don't really. I'm all lovelies all the time. You can also go on our lovelies YouTube, where I'll be putting our edited versions of our Macabre Mondays up on there. And so that'll have like little additional things and stuff like that.
2 secs, and I'll get the link for that. Because I know where it is. It's here because I saw it. You plug it earlier.
Yay!
Yay!
So I'll just grab the link for that.
And I'm KT. I'm playing Lulu Martinez. And I'm a resident VTuber over on Ludo Draconis V2, where I make games because I'm a game dev and I have a studio called Community, and we're working on our first 2 games, and I'm crying. Wah.
But yes, follow these fantastical people. They are fucking wonderful. I've been a fan for over 7 years since the first time I had the joy of having them on for doing Halloween stuff, and I love having them on every single time I can because they are fucking wonderful, and they have such a different look for the way they look into RPGs than anyone else. And I just love their stuff.
Oh, thank you.
Thank you.
So,
I'm just really happy to play.
Yeah.
Absolutely. And I'm really glad that we survived for at least a few weeks.
Not perfection.
Not
It
perfection,
only took
but
us 5 years, but
yeah.
Hey, that means
You know what?
that next year we get to survive maybe a few months.
Oh my god, yes.
Moving on up.
Alright, well, we're going to raid out, and then I'm going to answer any questions that they have off stream. But thank you all once again for watching along. We'll probably go raid Shiggity because it's on form for this, because I don't think anyone else I know that's on is doing RPG. So yeah, we'll just go and raid Shiggity. So yes, until next time, folks. Until the next live show. Actually, our next streams, I should probably do that first. Our next streams are tomorrow night should be more indie horror. Wednesday should be Powered with me and Tom and Zeph. Thursday should be more indie horror. The next live show for a Halloween episode, which will be hopefully they'll find different things and do different things in the story, should be next Tuesday, and that will be at UK time 8 PM I believe, and that's with the Verlaston group they usually do in here. It's be me DMing rather than Greg. Then after that, the last live show we are doing for Halloween this year is on the 27th, and that will again be with Dum Dum Die, who are an I believe all female South African RPG group. They have again been on multiple years. Love having them on. So yeah, check all them out. Hopefully we'll catch you for that. But yes, we are going to raid over to Shig. We will see you all next time. Thank you once again. Good night.
Bye.